super being who's blown up half the moon and vows to destroy Earth by March of next year. The powers that be have a bounty on his head. 10 billion yen. We're Class 3E of Kunikugaoka Junior High, also known as the End Class. And believe it or not, we're the misfits who are supposed to assassinate him. Even though we pinpointed some of his weaknesses before summer vacation, we still haven't managed to hit our target. This is Class 3E, the Assassination Classroom. The bell rings, another day begins. Not what? We decided to make the most of what little time we had left in Okinawa. A test of courage? On our last day here?
Of course! What better activity for a fine midsummer's night?
Yeah, nice try. You just want to have fun at our expense.
Unlike some who shall remain nameless, I've been too cooped up in a shell to have any fun at all. We're on a tropical island, for crying out loud!
I think a test of courage sounds like a blast. No kidding.
But I don't like being scared.
Don't worry. Koro-sensei will be playing the ghosts, right?
Oh, yeah.
So it won't be scary.
There's no way we could have known at the time, but Koro-sensei's real purpose wasn't just to scare us.
This ocean cavern is the ideal spot. I want everyone to walk through in boy-girl pairs.
So, you're not bothered by this kind of thing?
Nah, I don't mind spooky stuff so much, actually. Jump scares, though, I'm not a real big fan of. Don't be surprised if I freak out a bit. With Koro-sensei as quick as he is, he's bound to catch me once or twice.
Is that an Okinawa shamisen playing?
You have entered a cave drenched in blood and tragedy. For here, routed in battle, members of the Ryukyu royalty met a most terrible and violent end.
Is that actually true?
Possibly, but odds are he's just making it up to create atmosphere.
You would be wise to stay together. Anyone left alone in this cave will be haunted by restless spirits.
You gotta admit, it's starting to sound kind of authentic. I vote we go through as quickly as we can.
Beware, you have entered a cave drenched in blood.
Hearing him give his spiel to the next couple adds to the realism. Now that's what I call spooky.
No question, my students have gotten stronger, but as far as they've come, there's still a little something missing. Specifically, a love scandal! A few are on the verge of pairing off before the summer break, but they've been so hyper-focused on assassination, no one's had time to spark a romance. Thankfully, there's nothing quite like abject terror for bringing two people together. I'll get material yet for my trashy, based on a true story, mass market novel about love-struck teenagers. Let no one say I don't have a big heart.
Afraid of not being afraid? I don't get it.
Look, when Nagisa faced off with Takaoka, it knocked me on my ass, and not because he beat him. The way he was during the whole thing, it was like, I don't know, he wasn't the least bit affected. I mean, in a fight, I'd win, we all know that. But to an assassin, winning a fight doesn't mean squat. That's when it dawned on me. What scared me most of all was not being afraid. Still, though, I won't lose. I'll definitely be the one who ends our teacher's life. Take my word for it.
Okay, I can't wait to see who finally winds up killing him.
Hang on a second.
Huh?
Wasn't this supposed to be a test of courage? Because it's looking to me like the octopus has something a little different in mind.
Why are none of these kids falling for each other? Next couple for sure!
Beware, you have entered a cave drenched in blood and tragedy. For here...
I've been scaring the crap out of people since I was a little girl. They don't call me Miss Courage Tester for nothing. Scariest girl in Japan.
Okay. Well, as long as you're enjoying yourself, I guess, right?
That was only an average ghost, wasn't it? Not the restless spirit of Ryukyu royalty. He has no eyes! I felt something slithery! Oh, creepy Japanese doll! Horamaga Kashigeru Mizuki!
He's more freaked out than any of us.
Yeah, we should go.
Good gracious, what an unmitigated disgrace.
So let me get this straight. This whole thing was about scaring us into hooking up so you could have material for a book?
We so knew that's what you were doing.
What's wrong with wanting to see tender feelings blossom between two bright young things before their best years are behind them and they wind up stuck in loveless
Well,
marriage?
this is awkward.
Are we sure he's an adult?
Not that we don't appreciate the thought and all, but come on. We're just kids. Did it ever occur to you that maybe some of us don't feel like being in a relationship? And no offense, but isn't shipping us sort of creepy?
I know, I'm sorry.
Pathetic! You call that a test of courage? There was no one in there. What a waste.
You can let go of my arm any day now. This is not what I need after an all-nighter.
Ah, shut up. You're a man, aren't you? It's your damn responsibility to escort pretty women.
Hey, so is anyone else thinking what I'm thinking?
That Professor Bitch is. Uh-huh.
Should we do something?
We don't head home till tomorrow morning, so there's time.
Then let's hook them up.
Our final operation on the island was about to start. Turns out we're just as into shipping as Cora Sensei.
You're killing me. The man's so obtuse.
Isn't that a bit out of character for you? You're supposed to be known for wrapping guys around your little finger.
But when it comes to her own love life, she doesn't have a clue.
Oh, knock it off. Love? Don't make me laugh.
What, you're not in love?
No, I'm attracted to the challenge of conquering a world-class square. I just wanted to see if I could make him fall for me, that's all. And I got carried away.
That was kind of adorable. More like embarrassing.
Don't judge me!
Professor Bitch is a lot more awkward than she first comes off. Maybe all the stuff she's had to do makes it hard for her to own her feelings.
Hey, it's cool, really. We've got this.
Huh?
Let us set the stage and you can take it from there.
Yeah.
Well, if you think you can.
Excellent. In that case, I call the Class 3E Love Consultant meeting to order.
Eager much, Octopus?
Come now, it's only natural to encourage romance between colleagues. A female educator aching for the touch of her stoic counterpart. If that's not a trashy bestseller in the making, I don't know what is.
I think you're planning something racier than we are.
If we're gonna do this right, we need to start by overhauling your fashion sense.
I'll say, revealing might be appealing for some, but parading the goods doesn't cut it for stuffed shirt like Mr. Karasuma. Their wardrobe should be more understated.
Understated. Huh, okay then.
Use the way Kanzaki dresses as a model and you can't go wrong. As a matter of fact, is what you wore yesterday dry?
Yeah, of course.
See? It makes you look like a...
How in the world does that make her even sexier?
Well, to begin with, the fit's a little snug in places.
Man, I don't even want to tell you what I think about when Kanzaki's in that thing.
Fine, whatever. Huge boobs we can work with. Not like we have a choice, and bust size doesn't really matter that much anyway.
Have we established Mr. Karasuma's type?
Yeah, that girl in the ad. I think he's, I don't know, utterly infatuated with her. Said she's his ideal type or something.
Ooh, boy. Now that's the whole package. And the best part? There are 3 of them.
He meant his ideal military type!
Well, the quickest way to a man's heart is his stomach. They serve some pretty good stuff here. We could arrange it so the two of you eat his favorite dish together on the beach.
Trouble is, I've only ever seen the guy eat burgers and cup ramen, so...
Doesn't exactly set the mood for a romantic evening.
This match was doomed from the start!
Yeah, I'm starting to think maybe the problem is Mr. Karasuma.
See, he's such an idiot!
I've just seen it before. A man who never laughs at my jokes is a lost cause.
With no other options, we settled for insulting Mr. Karasuma.
There's no help for it. Even so, let's do what we can before dinner. The ladies are in charge of hair and makeup. The gentlemen are tasked with setting just the right ambiance for the table.
Roger!
We're supposed to be eating as a group, right? So where do I sit?
Well, not here, obviously. It looks like there isn't enough room. Is our favorite teacher trying to force his way into a seat? Honestly, you just get in the way here. How about you be a good sport about it and eat your dinner outside, okay?
Where did that come from all of a sudden? I mean, I realize I'm out of touch with young people, but seriously. Why'd the hell just the 2 of us get kicked out?
Oh, who knows?
So, what's up with the shawl?
It was pulled off the bargain rack at a boutique shop. I borrowed a sewing machine and remade it to look like a brand name.
Home ec always was your best subject, huh?
All the pieces are in place. Go get him, Professor Bitch.
This shawl, it wouldn't stand a chance in high society. And this amateurish table setting, worlds apart from the posh restaurants I frequent in the line of duty. Ha! And don't get me started on the lack of privacy. Still, it's fun! Who would have guessed? I'm starting to love those little brats. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna seduce the square. Watch me.
The trip was rough. So much happened.
Huh?
But at least we got results. I didn't count on how, but I sure got to see those kids reinforce their fundamental training. Optimistically, I think we'll get in during second term. Of course, you realize I'm going to rely heavily on you. Something wrong?
Hey, Karasuma. Do you know what it means to kill? To actually end someone's life? Got a little dark there, didn't I? Your napkin. It's all bunched up in your collar. I really like you, you know. Well, good night. Ah, you awkward, brainless idiot! You were supposed to talk about how you feel, not how you kill!
What kind of half-assed cheating kiss was that?
Come on! I thought grown-ups use their tongue!
Do not even start in on me with that crap! Being a grown-up is a lot harder than it looks!
Don't lose heart, children. I'm sure she has something appropriately indecent in mind for later on, right?
Wrong! Don't say that, you pervert!
I'm gonna go ahead and ignore that. Duty comes first. Period. It's second term. Training is about to get very real. We have to kill him.
And so, our assassination vacation came to a close.
Wait, was she practicing a new seduction technique? That was impressive.
Before school started back up, we were all spending the last days of summer doing our own thing.
How's your mom? You two getting along okay? You can't be having that much fun as strict as she is. Sorry I'm not around much anymore. I wish I could be a better dad.
Don't worry about it. She's not so bad if you don't tick her off.
Is that right?
You know, the other day
You what? I'm listening.
A summer festival?
The last day of summer vacation. Let's hang out and have some mindless fun. What do you say? Hey, thank you.
Thanks for the sushi.
Whoa, you're already finished?
Sorry, I gotta get going. See ya. Let's do this again sometime. Take care.
He's cheered up since last I saw him. Huh. A summer festival?
I just thought of it today. I asked the whole class, but almost everyone seems to have other plans. I'm starting to feel rejected.
All right. I'll go. It's not like I was doing anything else anyway.
Festival, you say? I'm honored my target would think of inviting me. But I'm afraid I'm out of country on business.
I'll pick you up. It's no trouble. Please, Mr. Karasuma's in a meeting. You're my last hope. If you don't come, no one will be there.
Don't be ridiculous. I'm working.
Yes. Well, feel free to pop by and kill me anytime.
I will, thanks. According to Karasuma, our young friend pulled off the secret move I taught him, as though to the manner born. Indeed, every country has its natural. It's rather a shame I couldn't bring you with me.
From the day you were born, from your first breath, I've been beside you. Be not afraid, fear not the name of the Reaper.
And I got a super great deal. Yeah, you did. It's so fizzy.
Excellent. Quite a few more of you showed up than I'd been led to expect. In the event that no one bothered to come, I was contemplating seppuku.
Oh, guess we really shouldn't have showed up, huh?
Chiba, Ayami, why are you guys so depressed?
We both got banned from the shooting gallery.
It was so easy, we sort of got carried away. We needed to practice.
Mister. So far, I've only scored as high as 5th place on any of your games. Seeing as that drives down the probability of winning 4th place or above to... Hold on, let me give you a concrete figure. Hey, how about that? 0.05. I was wondering if the prices are worth what I've spent. I mean, if you don't trust my math, we could always ask a cop.
All right, I get it. You can have your money back. Just keep quiet.
Oh, I don't think so. I didn't blow my cash to get a refund. I want that game console.
Karma sure is persistent.
That guy was a cheat before he even started playing.
Ooh. Seriously, man, is there anything you can't do, or are you just that freaking awesome?
It's all in the wrist. You've got to flick it like you would if you were holding a knife. That ought to do it. Okay, good haul. See, this is how you make a feast when you're dirt poor.
I hear you.
Should I pan fry them or go sashimi? Wait, that's his dinner?
Wow, everybody's raking it in.
Yeah, turns out assassination skills come in handy in the everyday world.
Like getting all the men in the Chamber of Commerce tend to buy you drinks. I can see that.
Where's Kuro-sensei?
Being entrepreneurial. End of the month. He's strapped for cash.
The food stalls? Really?
Only one at first, but he branched out. He started setting up in the stalls that closed early after they sold out of all their stuff.
So basically he's taking advantage of all the stalls we put out of business. Of course.
Cool. Gorgeous.
What a vacation, huh? Sure was packed.
But something tells me our second term's gonna be even more packed.
So the reward stands, if he's not killed by more than one person. Given what we know transpired over the summer break, however, it's wise to anticipate a group effort. The children did have him fairly cornered. They seem to work well as a unit. If they succeed as a unit, the reward will be tripled.
Well, I must say...
However it all plays out, when this class is over, none of us will be who we were when it started. And like most things in life, this term will have its ups and downs.
I've gathered you all here today, even though we're still on break, for a very important reason. Our nation's current egg surplus crisis. Poultry farmers across the land are throwing out their excess in bulk.
Right. I heard about that on the news. It's a real waste.
It is. So I've drafted a proposal to salvage those poor eggs and assassinate Kuro-sensei in a way that's almost guaranteed to be foolproof.
Are we killing him with surplus eggs?
What? You gonna make an omelet throwing a couple of these babies? Like you won't see that coming from a mile away.
I gave it a little bit more thought than that. In fact, my plan's already in motion, thanks to Mr. Kurasuma.
Right. All the stuff you need's been set up outside.
Excellent! Everybody to the yard!
They're creative. I'll give them that. How they come up with this stuff, I'll never know.
So we have a ton of eggs and a mold. Are we making... Yep! It's exactly what you think! We are going to whip up a ginormous pudding! I give you... Operation Pudding Popper!
Operation Pudding Pops, huh? Well, Kuro-sensei does have a pretty serious sweet tooth.
Bingo! And the target's recent crucial confession only confirms it! You'd slurp down a mountain of these if you could.
without question. What a dream come true it would be to gorge myself on a mountain of pudding. Too bad I don't have the funds to make it happen.
So, let's make that crazy dream a reality! Saving some for ourselves, of course. The idea is to plant bombs and anti-sensei BBs into the giant pudding space. When it eats its way to the bottom, we detonate!
This is starting to sound like it's worth a shot. I'm with you on that. Core Sensei loses his marbles when it comes to anything sweet.
And since Kayano's usually not that proactive, there's the element of surprise. He won't be suspicious.
All right, then. Let's wait till he's not around and make ourselves a giant pudding.
This equipment comes from an inactive line in a mayonnaise factory. Once the eggs are prepped, they'll be going in here. Step 1, crack them. Step 2, with help from the government, we do the mixing manually. It's a lot of work, but eyes on the prize. Step 3, add sugar and milk. Lots of it, plus some vanilla extract to give it flavor.
Hey, Kaide. I saw them try to make a giant pudding on TV once and it didn't work. It weighed too much. Totally collapsed. Just saying.
That thought occurred to me, which is why we're using gelatin and agar, not common for pudding. The agar's fibers make it a great coagulant. Plus, did you know that it has a significantly higher melting point than gelatin, making it perfect for keeping our pudding firm in the September heat?
Whoa!
Commence pouring in the first batch! That's the way! Once that's all in, swap out with Team's second batch! We'll increase the ratio of cream as we go up, maintaining firmness while ensuring the lower layers don't bear too much weight.
And what are these for?
Fruit sauce and edible mousse wrappers to add the occasional burst of new flavor. Vanilla is scrumptious and all, but think about it. Wouldn't you get sick of the same taste bite after biting something so large? Sure you would. Okay, that's great. Once the mold's full, drop the lid on and let the whole thing chill. This isn't just any old pudding mold either. The outer walls are fitted with pipes that have coolant circulating through them. Pretty neat, huh? A pudding with this much volume needs to be chilled through. We're talking inside and out.
Wow.
Who in the world would have ever thought you could be an expert on giant pudding?
She's got the engineering part down pat, and she knows how to make it taste great.
Nice work, Kayano. You really thought all this up after reading an article on the country's egg surplus?
Sorta. Actually, I've wanted to try and do this for a while now. And since the Ministry of Defense was willing to shell out the money this time, I figured why not go for it? When my mind's fixed on something, I just keep rolling, I guess.
Most of the time, Kayano's more in the background than center stage. That's probably why I've always pegged her as the supporting role type. But look at her now. I never imagined she could get so fired up. Proof anyone can shine in what they're into becomes
But
relevant.
another early day tomorrow. Once we've let it chill overnight, we check to see if it's firmed up enough. If it is, we remove the pipes. After that, we loosen the bolt holding the lid in place.
That's right.
Then we blow air between the walls of the mold and the pudding itself. Next, release internal lock. When the pudding is completely free of the mold, we carefully shore up the sides with softened gelatin and agar to add just a bit more firmness. Then we top it off with a caramel sauce and lightly brulee the top.
Wow, that sure looks delicious.
You completely forget there's a bomb planted in there.
And with that, Kayano's gigantic killer pudding was ready to be served.
And I'm allowed to eat this entire thing?
Oh, sure. I just didn't want those eggs going to some landfill.
This was all Kayano's idea, you know.
You made me so happy.
We better get going.
Yeah, don't want to be late for English.
Now you've got to promise to eat every last bite.
Not a problem. At last my dreams come true. Thank you.
Come on. We'll watch the detonation from inside.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Wow, he's really getting after it.
I have a feeling it won't be very long till he reaches the bottom.
Don't worry. I've installed a security camera into the base. I'm keeping my eye on it. The second he reaches the bomb, we'll detonate it by remote control. We'll know he's eaten his way to it once the light starts pouring in.
My pudding. It'll be... be tastiest if the flavor changes halfway through. That makes sense. I'll use the scale model to test its strength first. Not another collapse! Pudding. My pudding! I can't let something that's on my heart and soul into me blood and smithereens!
Take it easy! This is damn pudding, not the family pet! It's supposed to be blown to smithereens!
Ew, gross! My jaws need a break. By the way, amid all the deliciousness, I caught a faint whiff of this.
The ball. And the detonator's been detached.
I ate a path from caramel to pudding to dirt and proceeded to tunnel from underneath to remove it.
I assume the ball was your handiwork, Takabayashi?
Well, your calculations were spot on, and if I had not picked up on the distinct scent of plastic explosives, your scheme might have very well worked. Next time, you'll account for strange odors, right?
Right.
C'est la vie. But since you all worked together to create this wonderful concoction, you should enjoy it together. I set aside a nice, clean portion for each of you.
So he gets the drop on us yet again.
And it was such a clever idea, too.
Incidentally, consuming eggs headed for the landfill is, strictly speaking, a violation of sound economic principles. So we'll be exploring the complex role of a perishable goods surplus in our next civics lesson.
Yes, sir. Kind of a shame, isn't it? I bet you're relieved, though. Honestly, no offense, but I didn't think you had it in you to be so hardcore. It was cool to watch. A nice change of pace.
That's what it is to be an assassin. Not even your close friends get to see your true blade. Oh yeah, there's more where that came from. I've got all kinds of jiggly weapons. Here, even a pudding expert can be a top-notch assassin.
Once the break was over, Mr. Karasuma got down to business and really ramped up our training. Today's PE class was a first. Parkour, crossed with cops and robbers. The cops being our toughest teachers.
How about this? If we manage to round them all up, they get double the homework.
Stop making this about role play.
Oh, now ain't no reason it can't be fun. You're just trying to hog all the good times for yourself. Putting me in charge of holding down the fort.
What did you expect? You can't be the chaser. This is training.
Yeah, Mr. Karasuma will catch up to us eventually, but it's a big mountain.
And there's a time limit, so at best he'll tag maybe 2 or 3 of us tops.
Yeah, even that many.
No kidding.
I heard that. Ridge, 80 meters. Boom. You're under arrest. Caught you red-handed.
Okajima, Hayumi, Shiba, Fuwa, you're out.
Yeah, I'm telling you, don't get caught. He's making us do worksheets. It sucks.
Come on, this isn't some battle manga. Seriously, how'd you not know he was on your tail till after he tagged you?
Look, just be careful. He's like a ninja. For all you know, he's right there. Sugaya! Sugaya!
Big man's on the hunt all by his lonesome? Well, that works for me. I'll just pull him down by his tagging hand and booyah. We'll go at it right here in the wilderness. Bad cop, good cop will take on a whole new meaning. Bring it on, you son of a...
Sugaya and Professor Bitch, you're out. Uh-oh, we're dropping like flies. We should rename this place Mount Slaughter.
We just got tagged out, right?
Huh, wait a second. This is Cops and Robbers. Technically.
We can tag him back in. Okada, you're a genius. Yeah, sure. Have fun. Unlike anybody's breaking out of jail with the supersonic octopus on duty. If it was possible to come in under his radar, we'd have offed him months ago. You have a point. Sugino, you come to bust us out?
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Just this one time. Sugino, now!
5 prisoners free.
Damn it. Mind explaining how prisoners are escaping on your watch?
They're shrewder than we give them credit for. But good heavens, those things are really enormous.
Are you taking bribes? Look, whatever. If you let the next group escape, so help me.
Actually, Koro-sensei,
Yep.
My little brother's come down with a rare illness. Poor guy's been bedridden for weeks. When I told him what we're playing, he texted back, "Win one for me." If he finds out I was captured, the shock might be too much.
Go. This cop never saw anything. So go.
Thank you, sir. You're the best.
4 more prisoners free.
Kamen Karasama, do you copy? How in the world are these inmates breaking out of my prison? That's my line, you moron!
Time's up. Game over.
Finally, can't
About
breathe.
friggin' time.
Air. When it was over, our game of cops and robbers / parkour ended with us getting away. Kuro-sensei's stint as warden left a lot to be desired as far as Mr. Karasuma was concerned, but it was good training for us either way, really. Yep,
See you tomorrow.
things were going fairly well. Second term was off to a promising start. No way.
An excellent beginning to second term, it must be said. The mutual respect and trust the students and I share grows stronger by the day. How wonderful it is to see their shining faces look up at me with such unbridled disgust!
They're totally talking about you, aren't they?
How could you do that stuff?
We're very disappointed in you, sir.
No, wait! I'm innocent! I don't even know anything about this!
So, have an alibi?
Any what now?
Where were you on the evenings of the incidents in question? And can anybody back you up?
Let me see. I was vigorously shaking a bag of seasoned fries, alternating between an altitude of 10,000 meters and 3,000 meters, respectively.
No one can back that up! That's enough, guys. Come on, he's not a perv. He's done some creepy things, sure. But even if you add them all together, what have you really got? He's read some adult magazines, been bribed with dirty pictures, stared intently at pinups during recess, spammed lingerie companies with requests to let him give their models a tentacle bra.
Daddy, help.
Koro-sensei, just turn yourself in.
Ezo guy! This is an outrage! I stand wrongfully accused! Don't you believe me? Very well, to the teacher's lounge! I'll show you what kind of upright citizen I can be! Behold, my pinup stash! I'll toss every last one of them without so much as a twinge of reservation! You're kidding.
Oh my god, guys! Check out the roll book! He put letters next to all the girls' names. Koro-sensei knows our cup sizes.
What the hell is forever flat supposed to mean? You ain't our too many emoji face
And what about this? A breakdown of all the girls in Kunigigauka with an F cup or above? Wait, that can't possibly... You know what we need? A good old-fashioned after-school barbecue. Doesn't that sound like fun? Here, get a load of these succulent skewers I threw together.
Wow.
This is nauseating. Gross.
That's all for today, boys and girls. I'll see you tomorrow.
We certainly put the octopus through the ringer, didn't we? Some people just can't take the heat.
Is he stealing underwear? That'd be pretty serious. I mean, we're talking an actual crime.
Compared to blowing up the Earth, I say it's precious.
Okay, but...
I don't know what I'd do with super speed, but I can tell you one thing. If I stole underwear, I sure as hell wouldn't be sloppy enough to leave evidence behind. I found that in the equipment shed. Koro-sensei's no fool. He understands, knows he'd be dead to us over something like this. His whole life's about being a teacher. Between losing our respect and being assassinated, all bets are off which of those things he'd go more out of his way to avoid.
Yeah, have to agree with you.
Then who's the sicko doing all this stuff? An imposter. Or that color, that laugh. We're dealing with an archetype. Big Sensei! The doppelganger, oldest supervillain trope in the book! Which means our culprit is intimately familiar with Koro-sensei and his quirks. Hey, let's you and me play detective, Ritsu.
Yes!
Something along those lines. As for what's in this for the real culprit, your guess is as good as mine. But we gotta put a stop to him. If the rumor mill runs Koro-sensei out of town, there goes our bounty. And then what's all this been for? We'll lose our shot at this. If, on the other hand, we catch the real guy ourselves, Teach will be in our debt.
Yeah!
Forever flat.
Justice will prevail now the great and very mature detective is on the case.
You say on the case, I say exploiting our parkour skills to trespass.
Hey, remind me again. Of all the places in town, what makes us so sure the creeper's gonna strike here next?
First off, this place is a camp for pro entertainers. The Center, though, a phenomenally popular bazongalicious girl group, has been staying here for the past couple of weeks.
Right. And based on the suspect's profile, the probability that he'll show is 99.78%.
Indeed, because camp's over after tomorrow. In no way is our man gonna let these top-tier trophies slip through his fingers.
Koro-sensei. Okay, please say that he's here to nab the bad guy, too.
That getup ain't exactly helping me presume his innocence.
Look, he's so pissed off at the real criminal, just looking at all that underwear gets him seen.
Right. Wrongfully accused my ass.
Heads up.
Someone's here. A big guy with a yellow head.
I knew it.
So it is a frame-up.
Look at him move. That's not normal.
Uh-oh, he's getting away!
Gotcha! How dare you impersonate me and act out my lurid fantasies? Well, so long as everyone thinks I'm pilfering unmentionables, I might as well take yours!
I don't know. I think this might make him worse than an underwear thief.
Hey, the eyewitness reports were right about his head.
Now, let's see your true face, imposter!
Hang on, isn't that guy Mr. Kurosama's underling?
You? What earthly reason could you have for...
The government was kind enough to let me have one of Kurosama's men on loan. I required a decoy to lure you into this pen of anti-sensei sheets. Not unlike the ruse your students devised on the island, yes? Such nimble minds the young have. Lure, confine, and strike.
That voice.
Now then, Koro-sensei, let your final death match begin.
So strong. Compared to me.
I'm afraid drastic changes to the playing field were in order. You understand, I'm sure. Ensnare first, strike second. Very effective. As you can see, you've taken a page from their tactics.
You dirty! I should have known it was you behind all this!
Indeed. When the trust of his students is on the line, this creature panics. If something seems a bit fishy, no matter. The fool plunges in head first.
Oh, damn it! The bastard's stealing our kill!
This totally counts as fighting dirty, in case you didn't know.
Also commonly referred to as being an adult. Note the gloves on Itona's tentacles. The edges are sharp and constructed of anti-sensei material. Each defensive stroke by your teacher results in ever-increasing damage to his limbs. Though that won't be quite enough to finish him off.
I warned you, brother. Give up. This is just how it is. I have one problem to solve. You. At last. I will prove my strength! Bravo! Well done, Itona! If we were in the first term right now, this might have actually cooked my goose. One criticism, though. Your attack pattern is rather transparent. However fast you are, however strong, however many schemes your guardian thinks up, however prone I am to panic, by our third bout, I can adapt to the idiosyncrasies of your fighting style with ease. No way! It's not possible! Dear boy. I study too, you realize? How could I mold young minds if I didn't? A true teacher misses no opportunity to learn. Now then, let's get rid of this dangerous cage, shall we? Incidentally, trying out my absolute defense form over the summer break taught me a very valuable skill. How to release a burst of energy by compressing not my body, but only the tips of my tentacles. What? Remember this, Itona. Assassination is education, I say. And in an assassination classroom, the teacher grows stronger with every lesson. Why can't I ever win? I'm supposed to be stronger than this. Well, there you have it, Shiro. I suggest you go quietly and leave him to E class. Also, I'd appreciate it if you spread the word that I am not, in fact, an underwear thief!
And tell people I'm a B cup! Got it? B cup!
Feels like my head's gonna burst!
That would be the agony of defeat. His tentacles are gnawing away at his brain.
Get there, Ituna!
Seems losing to you a third time was quite the blow. Failing to carry out this little scheme of mine is clearly more than you can bear.
Huh? What does that mean?
Itona, this is the best you're capable of. The organization will stop paying. I feel for you, I really do. But I have to cut my losses at some point. Focus my attention on your successor. This is goodbye, Itona. I'm sorry. You're on your own from here.
Hey, where are you going? How can you call yourself his guardian?
Asks the monster playing classroom. Why feign concern when all you can really do is destroy? Mark my words. I will not tolerate your existence. In the end, I'll kill you. No cost is too high, no sacrifice too great. Come to think of it, actually, how do you suppose your dear students feel about that?
What was wrong with him?
Koro-sensei!
Don't worry, I'm just pooped. Nothing a little rest won't fix.
Your immune system sees the tentacle graphs as foreign objects. An intensive adaptive regimen must be adhered to daily. Otherwise, the body takes nightmarish defensive measures. Once maintenance is discontinued, the tentacles begin to painfully corrode the nervous system. The average person dies of madness in 3 days.
The first incident was here. Officials don't yet have any suspects in this bizarre string of cell phone shop attacks, but aren't ruling out terrorism. Businesses in the area have been told to be on high alert.
This has to be him.
No kidding. Who else would it be?
Yeah, but why cell phone shops, though?
We can't just let him run loose.
The burden of reining the boy in now falls on me. I have to find Ituna and protect him.
I've seen guys like Shiro before. This is a game to him. People are pawns to be sacrificed. You can never really know what someone like that'll do next. Yeah, I vote it'd be better if we just leave the kid alone.
No, I am his teacher. A teacher never turns his back on a student, no matter what. When I took this job, that was my solemn vow, to never let go.
There are no shortcuts, son, believe me. So if you want to get stronger, it takes work, heart, and integrity. That's the only way.
Yeah, right. No more lip service. No more beating around the bush. The only thing you learn from losing is how to be a loser. I want to win. I want to be strong.
Your human side is finally starting to show. That's a positive sign.
Big brother.
I prefer Koro-sensei, if you please. A much more appropriate name, I think.
Promise not to go all nuclear on us, okay? We've been through a lot of crap tonight because of you. But come quietly and we're willing to let it slide. So just, shut your face. We fight. Come at me. Right now.
We can battle if that's what you really want. There must be a vacant lot nearby. State secret versus state secret. When the smoke clears, we can study ways to kill me. I've got all the fixins for a study buddy barbecue.
He's a very persistent octopus. Take my word for it, once you're in his class, he'll go to hell and back to make sure a lesson sticks.
You bet I will. Put a student in front of me and I'm in my element. The instinct to teach them is so powerful, I can't help it.
What is this stuff?
Oh dear, this is anti-meat powder!
Casting my ward adrift was all part of the plan, Koro-sensei.
I was so preoccupied with the boy's bloodlust, I didn't even notice.
Come along, Ethan. You've one last duty to fulfill.
Don't you dare!
Rescue him. You are his teacher.
Koro-sensei.
No one's hurt, are they? Everyone okay?
Sure, more or less.
Good. I'll go after your classmates. Away!
You noticed that, right? Protecting us slowed his response time.
Oh, no.
Damn that Shiro. He sure as hell made us his pawns, all right. Blast! They're using pressure rays to slow me down.
Not that I'm the least bit surprised, but you really are a fool. Ituna is mine. Remarkable. You grow exponentially weaker when the target is anyone but yourself. Are you certain you won't go?
I am his teacher! I'm weak. Why else would my partner abandon me?
Good eyes. They radiate an insatiable hunger for victory. Crucial for anyone hoping to fully utilize the cells I've created. I can help you carve a path to dominance. Let us review some simple arithmetic, you and I. Your tenacity, plus my cutting-edge tech, equals the power to seize victory. Indeed, you can become the most powerful creature on Earth.
I wanted it so badly. I could endure the agony of those cells. I was so dead set on winning, I could throw myself into whatever it took. Except, I lost. I lost, and now I'm being protected by the thing I was supposed to kill. How? How did I lose to a bunch of nobodies? What the? You guys really should have seen this coming. That crap might be anti-octopus, but it sure ain't anti-us.
Hey, Tarasika, can you grab those lights up in the tree?
All over it. Damn kids. Huh? You're doing this for me.
Don't read too much into it. This isn't about you. We're just pissed at your boss. And if Koro-sensei hadn't bolted, we'd have left you behind in a heartbeat.
You hear that, dude? I love how she pretends not to care.
The girl runs hot and cold.
Wouldn't look this way if I were you, Shiro. You need to pay attention. Stop shooting and the net'll come right off at the base.
Excellent timing. Nicely done, children.
That stuff's melting his tentacles.
It's okay. We'll get you out of there.
Step down, Shiro. We're taking Itona with us. You're a meticulous man, that much is apparent. But once you involve my students, there's no telling what links I'll go to. The sooner you home in on the obvious, the better.
A class taught by a monster swarmed with gnats. How infinitely irritating. Though I begrudgingly grant you my approach is in need of a radical overhaul. Keep the boy if you like. He'll only live another 2 days or so. You kids play nice now,
Hard work, heart, integrity. What a joke. At the end of the day, it all comes down to who's stronger.
As long as the poor boy is gripped by this pathological need to win, the tentacle cells will cling too tightly to be extracted.
So can't we just cut him off or whatever?
Not until he can break the fixation. Some dreadful thing brought him to this pass. We must find out what.
Okay.
Easier said than done. I mean, he's not just gonna spill his guts.
I was thinking, actually, his little rampage. Aren't cell phone shops a weirdly specific target? I had Ritsu do some digging to see if she could come up with a possible connection, and guess what? One company's president had a son named Itana. A parts supplier, pretty modest, but they used to have business all over the world. They declared bankruptcy a couple of years ago. The president and his wife skipped town and left the son behind with relatives.
Suddenly, we had a clearer picture of Itana. Why he was so bent on power at any cost.
Lame. That's all it took to make this punk a delinquent? Like we don't all have a bag of rocks to carry. Kid needs some perspective.
We'll handle things from here, take him in, care for him, yada yada. If he dies, he dies. We tried.
Look around you, son. We don't look like much next to the big boys, but if we work hard, stay strong, and let integrity be our guide, we can give them a run for their money.
Yeah, sure. Whatever you say.
Don't leave. You're this company's nerve center. We can't function without you.
Integrity is meaningless. Against superior force, it isn't worth a damn.
I'm sorry, Ethan. I'm sending you to live with your uncle.
Welcome back, Sleeping Beauty.
We used the anti-sensei netting to make a bandana.
For our own protection. We need to keep those tentacles in check.
How come we're letting this jerk eat ramen?
Because he's bound to be hungry. If we expect him to feel better, he's got to eat properly.
What do you think? Totally disgusting, right? I keep telling my old man, but he won't change the recipe.
I agree. It is disgusting. MSG doesn't hide the fact the bones are stale. And somebody needs to tell your old man this fish cake topping is out of style. This recipe you've got is 4 generations too old. Crap! He really knows his stuff! What a joke. This dive will go belly up the second a competitor moves in. Just like what happened to Dad. That's what integrity gets you.
Hey, come on, let's hit up my place next. What I got's the bomb. It's totally modern. This fossil ain't even remotely in the same league.
Dude!
Pretty badass, huh? Really takes your mind off things.
You know he doesn't have a license, right?
Relax, there's folks on the track.
Tell me this isn't the most awesome thing ever.
It's all right.
Oh, yeah? Check out my printer!
Idiot! The hell you're doing? Help it! The shock's gonna set him off again!
Relax, man. That wasn't enough to hurt him.
Way to fly by the seat of your pants, guys.
See? He's fine.
Well, they're a couple of morons. What did we really expect?
Hey, no worries. At least Azana's got a brain in her head.
You want to get back at Shiro, am I right? This novel ought to inspire you. 7 volumes, 2,500 pages full of delicious revenge. Read and let your soul be nourished by the darkness within. Toward the end, the hero learns to forgive, so you don't have to bother reading that far.
Seriously? No, way too dark, and no one has the time to read a damn book.
Oh, come on. Evil has to be nurtured properly, too, you know.
We're supposed to be cheering him up. You gotta think of your audience. He's probably not the sharpest tool in the shed.
He's getting all twitchy again.
Hell, I'd be twitchy too if Taraska called me stupid.
Oh, no. It's the tentacles. He's about to flip out.
I am not one of you losers. I'm strong. I'm strong and I win.
What are you doing?
Take it easy. We all want to kill the octopus. Matter of fact, I was just thinking about it earlier today. Look, you're not going to get him right out of the gate, so get over yourself. You need this too bad, man. Just let it go. You gotta chill the hell out. Shut up! Second time today, and you're weaker now, so it's way easier. Don't get me wrong, it still hurts bad enough. I want to puke. And speaking of puke, this reminds me of Muramatsu's ramen.
Hey!
You see, the octopus told him it'd be a good idea for him to study business. Sure, his dad's ramen is crap, but one of these days he'll take over. And with what he's learned, he can push new flavors. The joint will be hopping. The octopus said the same thing to Yoshida. It's about being patient, picking your moment. So snap out of it. You can't let a couple of losses blow you off course. You don't have to win now, just someday. Slow and steady wins the race, right? Well, it kills the octopus, too. Doesn't matter if we screw up 100 times, either. As long as we kill him once before March rolls around, we win. Use the reward money to get your dad's factory running again so him and your mom can come back. That's something to shoot for, why not?
I can't handle this. The hell am I supposed to do while I'm waiting to win? How do I pass the time?
Huh? You act like an idiot like we did tonight. Don't worry, we got you covered in that department.
Isn't that heartwarming? And who but an idiot could have said it with a straight face? I gotta say, sometimes the word of an idiot is exactly what you need to hear.
So I was being impatient.
A little bit, yeah.
I do believe the fire in your eyes is out, in a good way. Those painful tentacle cells can finally be excised now. But don't fret too much. What you'll lose in power, you'll more than make up for in friends. You will come and kill me, won't you? Starting tomorrow?
Whatever you say. I'm sick of this power anyway. And this whole brother thing. Hey, look who's here. Bet it's nice not to have to bust through a wall, huh?
Good morning. That bandana's looking pretty sharp.
Well, hello there. Welcome. How are we feeling today?
Not so hot. Sucks not having my power anymore. Still, guess I don't feel any weaker. I will kill you before it's over, Koro-sensei.
And that's how the textbook problem child Itana Horibe finally joined E-Class. Itana's tried to kill Koro-sensei a total of 3 times. It took some convincing, but in the end, he finally joined our class. And so, about a week later...
Well, that just about does it, boys and girls. See you tomorrow. Payday today at long last, so I'll be treating myself to some mouth-watering Shanghai crab. Ye are sung, go!
You could treat us to some.
Is it me, or has our workload gotten crazy hard now that it's second term?
Yeah, well, you can't exactly blame Koro-sensei for trying to get her grades up.
Guess not. It's just that it's been forever since I picked up a chick.
Hey, Utena, are you sticking around? What you working on there?
What's it look like I'm doing? I'm building a remote control tank.
How come?
The octopus. He made me cram all day yesterday. Stressed me out.
Focus on the material, please. Next question.
I'm pissed, so I'm gonna use this to kill him. Just like the idiot said, what's his name? Tarasaka. If I fail 100 times, so be it. Who cares? Only gotta kill the Taskmaster once.
Good way of looking at it.
Wow, this stuff. I mean, is it even for real?
Kudos. This puppy's using modified camera phone parts.
Wow, Itana. You came up with all these tweaks yourself? It's not really a big deal. I picked up electronics working for my old man. Anybody could do this stuff, except Tarasaka.
What a change. Compared to how he was when he had tentacles, I mean. Still has a sharp tongue, though.
Makes a sound when it moves or when it shoots. I used electrical parts instead of gears. Noise cancellation is paramount. The camera feed is linked to the controller. I've got it lined up with the sights on the main gun. Wow, cloak and dagger.
Okay, suppose you could sneak up on him. Where are you gonna aim?
Where else? That's right. I'll let you guys in on a little secret, you see. Koro-sensei has a single weak spot.
This is news to me.
His heart. It's located directly behind that necktie. If we hit it, we can take him out in one shot.
No doubt he's telling the others about my heart this very moment. Clever child that he is. Assassination promises to be a good deal more fun now that Itana's thrown into the mix. I'm thinking this could work.
Yeah. All right. Let's give her a test drive. Get a feel for how she handles.
It is better to test it now than watch it break when we need it. Let's make it happen!
See you later, Professor Bitch! Bye, have a good one!
Straight home, ladies. No detours, understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Cool, let's get something to eat.
Yeah.
Wait, didn't you just say...
Do you see anything? Not a lot. This camera totally sucks. Its field of vision is way too narrow.
So, it's not the end of the world. We'll fit it with a bigger
But
one.
that would increase the weight, compromise mobility. Target acquisition would be more difficult.
In that case, we'll just install a fisheye lens on the camera we already have.
Takabayashi!
If we write a program that can correct image distortion in the data feed, even a relatively small lens can give us a wide field of view.
That's good. Right. Fisheye lens with a big viewing angle. I've got it taken care of.
Ritsu,
Hello.
can you build an image correction program for us?
Of course. I have
have no idea what you're using it for, but I'm on the job.
Takabayashi, you're a genius. We need to be able to record. Absolutely. We'll want to analyze the upgrades as effectively as we can.
Weren't we all just put off by an underwear thief?
In the name of assassination, onward! Prototype 0? I'll flip it over. Yeah, sure. Thanks, man.
There's not much in the way of a suspension system, apparently.
Leave it to me. I know a thing or two about drive mechanics and metalwork.
Doesn't the paint job on the chassis stand out like a sore thumb?
That's combat camouflage. Unless we want our target seeing the tank from a mile away, we need it to blend in with the school.
I got this. Classroom camouflage. Consider it done. We should chart out the territory at RC scale. In the name of better maneuvering, I'll draw us a detailed map.
They, really get into it when smut's on the line, huh?
It's kinda creepy.
So, transmission's ready. I finished it last night.
Oh, and I made us all breakfast. Hey, think it'll stand out now.
This is great and all, guys. But, you do get that this is for an assassination plan, right?
Yeah, whatever you say, President Poverty, sure. Okay, let's give this sucker a proper field test before all the girls show up.
Yeah!
Funny how nobody's tardy on a day like today.
Ritsu won't boot up until precisely 8 o'clock. You see, I didn't want her to see what we were doing.
Oh, yeah.
Careful.
Step aside. I want to take a shot.
Turns out, there was no reason to worry whether Itano would fit in with us. He did better than most, actually. Smut, killing, making stuff, talk about hitting all the right buttons. All of a sudden, he was the center of attention.
Itona, this thing should have a code name. Seems only fair it should come from you.
I'll give it some thought. The tentacles once asked me what kind of person I wanted to be. I told them I wanted to be strong. Soon, that was all I could think about. My mind raced with images of fighting, winning.
Over time, you can spin even the weakest material into good, strong thread. Itana means becoming thread, you know. Remember that.
How did I forget my roots? It's in my name.
Damn it! It crashed. Watch what you're doing, Tarashika.
Shut up! It's not my fault.
Becoming thread. This is where I'm finally gonna live up to it.
It's a monster!
Pull out! Fire! Crap, the main gun's not strong enough! It's okay, we'll tweak that too! Damn, outdone by a squirrely little weasel.
Next time, we need to designate who's what, which means first off, we need a gunner. Chiba?
Yeah, sure. It's all right. Screw-ups are a part of the process. We all agree Itana 1 was a dud, so we'll just keep spinning till it gets stronger. I might fail 100 times, but I'll be sure to kill him before it's all said and done. You've got my back, right, guys?
Of course we do.
Nothing binds like bloodlust. I think this is going to be fun.
Okay, back to the drawing board, men. We put our heads together, this baby will be licking up skirts by March.
When did that become the goal?
What's all this I hear about skirts?
Kadoka! It's not what you think! We were talking about the kind of skirts you put on cars!
Yeah, sure.
Boys suck.
Uh-huh. And whose big idea was this? Itana, perhaps you'd care to tell me.
Okajima.
What?
Good morning, everybody. Oh, hey, Okajima. About that program you wanted for correcting fisheye lens distortion. I finally have it ready.
Hang on, it wasn't me, alright? Tell him! Tell him what? Don't try to pull me into this, you perv.
You have got to be kidding me!
Guys, we really ought to fess up.
Whether you do or don't, it's clear you're all involved in this disgusting scheme. Boys make me want to puke.
What's going on in here?
Why don't we just call it a crime of passion?
So it's true. Boys really do only think about one thing.
Karma, I'm gonna ditch class today. Where's a good spot to go?
Well, so you can talk. Follow me.
Hey, where are you going? Hold on!
Apparently, Itana's a cooler customer than we thought.
becoming thread. Pretty cool.
It is what it is. Lots of kids in the class have weird names.
Hang on a sec! Justice? I thought your name was Masayoshi!
Yeah, if you write it out in kanji, but my parents insist on saying justice. Koro-sensei's just nice enough to say it my way.
When they called you at opening ceremonies, I got nervous hearing them yell justice.
Yeah, no kidding.
I know, and when they do it again at closing ceremonies, it'll be even more public humiliation.
Kimura's parents are both in law enforcement. Apparently, they're very passionate about the fact that they're cops.
When I was a kid, I'd complain about having a weird name, but Mom and Dad would just get all upset at me. They didn't put a whole lot of thought into the kind of hell they were setting me up for once I started going to school.
You can't expect parents to have your best interests at heart. Does a cute name like Kirata go with this face? Seriously? My name makes me sound like a sparkly princess.
Yeah.
My mom lives in her own little fantasy world. When the least little thing threatens to break the illusion, she goes into full-blown hysterics. You have any idea what it's like growing up in a house like that? Well, it doesn't make living up to a ridiculously adorable name any easier.
Getting saddled with a weird name? How do you poor bastards manage to cope? What? Oh, come on. What's not to love about being named Karma? Both of my parents have pretty bizarre taste, and I guess I inherited that from them.
Come to think of it, I'm far from satisfied with my name.
Hang on, I thought you liked being called Koro-sensei. Kayano gave you that name, didn't she?
It's because I like it that I'm not satisfied. There happen to be two people in this very room who refuse to address me accordingly. At best, Mr. Karasuma talks to me using nothing but, hey, you. What are we, a middle-aged couple?
We're adults. We don't say things like Koro-sensei because it makes us sound like idiots.
Here's a thought. We could call each other by specially chosen code names, couldn't we?
Are you serious?
Yeah. I mean, code names are actually kind of appropriate for this classroom. The assassins we met on the island all had one. Remember? They used them to keep their real names a secret. Personally, I think it made them sound really polished and professional.
Yes, of course. That's an excellent idea. Here's what we'll do then. Write down a suggested code name for each of your classmates and place them in the box. We'll call each other by whatever code names I draw out.
Sounds like fun, but won't we have to do separate drawings?
I'm writing down the first thing that pops in my head. Also, I should mention this. For the rest of the day, real names are forbidden.
What?
Baseball Geek, come in, Baseball Geek. Can we confirm that the target's on the move?
Sorry, lanky artist, that'd be a negative. Codename Dedensis is still hiding out there somewhere in the pine trees. President Poverty's team will come up from the rear and chase him toward the swamp. When he's out in the open, Hot and Cold Sniper will take the shot.
All right, let's do this.
Congratulations! You just let your target slip away from the scene. Shape up, womanizing scumbag. I told you, always hold your gun at firing height.
I'm not letting you get away. Director Mushroom, Mistress Kazaki, Fluffy Stag Beetle, he's headed your way.
Don't worry, we got him! He pulled a fast one!
Full plate! Lufa! Picture book graduate!
I'm on it!
That's right, keep those eyes on the ground.
Nicely done, Pseudo Takaoka.
Don't get comfortable. Scoring a hit on me doesn't mean anything. It certainly doesn't mean you can get him. Poison specs, forever flat. If I can see your positions, I can dodge your shots.
He spotted us! Dignified Didac, take over!
All right, English last. Gender, you two get a move on.
Roger that.
Nice shooting. They didn't give away their position. That has to be thanks to Dignified Didac's leadership. Keep your distance back there. Wait for your chance. Terminal perv in this manga is amazing. Aren't too bad either.
Semi-senioritis has blocked the escape route. It's all on you now, dating sim protagonist.
Dating sim protagonist. I told you a sniper has to assume his target is always on high alert.
I know, but the one taking you down is Justice. How'd it go? Using those code names felt pretty good, huh?
Actually, it was kind of painful.
Scrunchies and boobs? Really? Try being called Amazing Ape all day.
Yes, well, I see.
Could someone explain what Boxamoe means?
Isn't it pretty obvious?
Excuse me, sir?
New?
My codename was just the same thing as my real one.
Correct. because I knew what you'd be doing in PE. Given your agility, it was all but certain you'd have a special role to play. And considering the moves you showcased out there this afternoon, I'd say Justice fits perfectly.
You bet it does.
Now, rest assured, Kimura, my boy. If you don't like it, requesting a name change is simply a matter of filling out the right paperwork.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
You should bear in mind, however, if you wind up being the one to actually assassinate me, I'm certain people are going to be quite gracious about your name. Justice indeed, they'll say. Why, what else do you call the man who saved the entire world, huh? Honestly, there's very little significance to the names our parents give us. We don't choose what we're called, but we can choose what people come to associate with it. Names don't make us who we are. They're merely part of what we leave behind as we walk through life. Footprints in the sand. That said, cherish them, if nothing else, for their potential. Justice, for example. Why not hold on to that until after the assassination? What do you say?
Yeah, I think I will.
Now then, since everyone got to use their code names today, it's only fair that I divulge my own. From this point forward, kindly refer to me as follows. Prince of the Fateful Eternal Wind.
Why do you get to pick when there's all fancy-smancy?
And wipe that smug look off your face.
Oh, come on, just for one day then, please.
And for the rest of the day, Kuro-sensei was referred to by a...
What do you prefer to call me?
The octopus and the idiotic perverted chicken!
Octopus?
Well, that was fun. The codename thing was a blast. Maybe you'll let us do it again sometime.
Hope so. Right, picture book graduate?
Shut your face, baseball geek.
Call the burn unit.
My codename doesn't even make sense.
Yeah, and while we're at it, whose brilliant idea was forever flat? Like that means anything.
So it was you.
Well, I'll see you tomorrow. Hey, I could go for a bowl of that disgusting ramen. Let's go.
Not cool, man. He's fitting in with Tarasaka's group pretty well.
Sure looks like it. And so time marched on. All of us determined to give second term everything we had. Of course, being E-class, it was more or less a given that the good times wouldn't last forever.
Dare I ask how things are coming along? Of course, I trust you realize any response short of exceptionally well would be unacceptable for A-class.
Things are going exceptionally well. Any student who lags behind gets left behind, period. I have no patience for slackers. None. I rule with an iron fist. And when it comes to midterms, the bar has been raised.
That is encouraging. However, it appears you are still the subject of much derision among the student body, letting E-class get the better of you in the first term. It's not a stain that washes out.
Let people say what they like. I'll crush them!
Will you now? At its most basic, this institution is divided into two groups, the weak and the strong. Which group you belong to is on principle of no consequence to me. That being said, allow me to offer you a little guidance. True leadership requires an aptitude for winning. To triumph, a leader must first consider the where and the when. The how will follow. Should a loophole present itself, it is to be exploited mercilessly. Good word, aptitude. Something without which you haven't a prayer in the world of besting me, Asano.
Very well. Then my aptitude will be on full display, Mr. Principal, sir.
Having gotten our hands on some juicy intel, we took it upon ourselves to investigate. At least that was our story. To be honest, we'd infiltrated this cafe a good ways from school just for the heck of it.
Wow, he looks just like a prince.
Hi, welcome. Ah, yes, good to see you both again. Mrs. Harda, Mrs. Ito.
Well, Yuma, how are you? Now, you realize we come here more for you than the coffee.
Now, if the manager hears you say that, he's bound to get his feelings hurt. So the usual, mocha for Mrs. Harada, double espresso for Mrs. Ito. Care for a slice of chiffon cake? It's our special of the day.
Oh, yes, please. We'll take two.
Indeed. Very good, ma'am.
Our leader's not just a man, he's a prince among men. I want him to die.
You're really nursing that tea. Sure you don't want something else?
Actually, yes. Might as well get the most out of keeping your job secret.
I get it. Good old extortion, huh? This one's on me. Enjoy.
He's Prince Charming. Look how much he can carry at once.
He's Prince Charming.
Sweetheart, don't tell me your poor mother's taken ill again.
Well, you know, it's just the two of us, so sometimes I have to help out in the financial department.
He's Prince Charming.
Yeah, the only negative thing you can say about him is he's dirt poor. Except somehow he makes even that look cool. Guy keeps his clothes so neat and tidy, you never know they're fresh off the bargain rack.
He's Prince Charming.
Oh, and did I mention he let me eat some of the goldfish he caught at the summer festival? Let me tell you, that boy can cook.
He's Prince Charming.
Oh, yeah, and I went to the bathroom after him once. He folded the toilet paper into a triangle.
He's Prince Charming.
Yeah, and I fold toilet paper into a triangle, too, every time I go.
That's disgusting.
Check him out. Even middle-aged women dote on him.
He's Prince Charming.
Middle-aged women in my neighborhood dote on me sometimes.
Who cares?
Did you know Iso Guy gets love letters from the girls on the main campus?
He's Prince Charming.
I get them too, actually.
Forbidden love.
Alas, some things are only cool when done by a cool person, like Iso Guy. Or me, of course.
He's Prince Charming. What are you doing here?
Dear Honey Toast, it's absolutely divine. Enough so that I can turn a blind eye to Iso Guy's illicit part-time job. I'm rather surprised. You're not the least bit irked at his being such an ideal man?
No,
Care to explain why not?
I don't get it.
He's too good a guy to be upset with? Do we need a better reason?
Hello, welcome. What's this?
Uh-oh. Looks like the rumors about a student working here are true after all.
Iso Guy, you're such a bad student.
This is your second violation of school policy. I expected better. Oh, Iso Guy. The last time you were caught holding down a job, they punted you to E-class without a second thought. Such a shame. Have you done no soul-searching since then?
Asano, I'm begging you, keep this on the down low. It's only for the month. I need the money. Please.
I don't know. Well, perhaps we can be gentlemanly about all this.
You can tell when Asano's up to something sinister. He becomes the spitting image of his father.
Very well, then. I'll keep your dirty little secret. On condition that you show me your fighting spirit.
My what?
I think you heard me. Our school has a proud tradition of revering those who can hold their own, in class and life. Ample fighting spirit earns enough respect to forgive a flagrant conduct violation, and to show that spirit.
Pole toppling at the sports festival? Yep. If we can beat A-class, they'll let Iso Guy off the hook.
You do know it's a trap. They're obviously just out to humiliate us.
What are we supposed to do? We say no, Isegai will get penalized again. Not a slap on the wrist either. He could get expelled.
So what? I don't want you guys getting involved. Tarasaka's right. Asano's got something up his sleeve. Besides, I'm the one who made this choice. I'll take responsibility for it myself. Let them expel me. Nothing says I can't stage an assassination off campus.
Wow. What a terrible idea! You impoverished cowlick bastard!
What do you mean, cowlick? You're overthinking it, man. Knock it off. Look, only thing we gotta do is beat the nerds at pole toppling. We got this in the bag.
Of course we do. Hell, I'd say we're lucky the jerks got you working.
Golden opportunity. We can pay back some of the crap they're always dishing out to us.
Stop them. We'll freaking destroy it.
Come on, Prince Charming.
You guys, All right, let's do it.
Yeah!
How very typical of him. Always putting the needs of his classmates ahead of his own. This is personal magnetism in action. Perhaps the single most important attribute of a leader. As a prince among men myself, I ought to lend a hand.
Pole toppling, huh? Reminds me of my days at the academy. It's not so much assassination as war. The relative size of your team can be a major setback. These kids may be well trained, but A-class's team has them outnumbered 2-1.
dangerous! Show them how it's done! That's the way! Smile big for the camera! Go, Justice!
Might as well be water. No problem.
So cool. Indeed. Assassination has improved overall fitness, equilibrium, hand-eye coordination, and depth perception. And this extraordinary competition will showcase them all.
Holy crap! That pipsqueak can move! Her body's so dynamic!
You move to the beat of your own drum. An important advantage. Remember that when it comes to pole toppling, my boy. Victory is entirely up to you. Something wrong?
Koro-sensei, the fact of the matter is, Asano is very talented. I'm no match for him.
Look at it this way. However talented someone is, however gifted or well-trained, the world is a mighty big place. There's always someone better.
What do I do? I can't win. The guys are gonna get crushed because of me.
Talent or not, one person alone can only accomplish so much. Yeah. You've got Asano beat in one very important respect already. The ability to inspire confidence in your comrades. Should you find yourself between a rock and a hard place, there'll be quite a few people rallying to help you. You have the gift of personal magnetism. And between you and me, I'd much rather have a fellow like you as a student than Asano.
All right. Guys, like always, we're going into this with guns blazing.
Yeah!
Next up, we have an exhibition match. E-Class must be feeling lucky, folks, because they've challenged A-Class to a battle. Something tells me Kunigigauka's elite will make them live to regret it.
Who are they? No way can that be regulation.
In the spirit of cultural diversity, this exhibition match will feature our foreign exchange students. All of them.
Asano's scared. He brought in outsiders to cover his butt. Must be a lot riding on this for him. This is gonna be hilarious. What you gonna do, E-Class? You got nothing.
If they expect to win with so few team members, they'll have no choice but to break formation and go on the attack. At which point, our ironclad defensive line will eat them alive.
Hey, do the N-Class dorks even want to win? None of them are on the offensive.
Okay, apparently E-Class's strategy is to go all in on defense. Are they cowed by the gap in skill? Whatever they're thinking, let the games begin!
Bring it on, Asano. If you think we can be lured out, you underestimate us. Offensive line, go, Plan F!
Roger that.
Our objective isn't to bring down the pole, per se. No, we intend to crush you, once and for all.
Guys?
Damn it! We're not gonna roll over and take this!
Two men down! And not just down, flung to the bleachers!
It's already a disaster! It doesn't matter how tight the defense is if all they do is get picked off!
How about instead of trying to hold the line like a bunch of turtles, you step up and fight?
Or don't you know the meaning of the word?
Hey, partner. Why don't you stop yammering and follow your own advice?
Bring it on, man.
Okay, now! Operation Tentacle! Pin him down!
Unbelievable! The E-Class team is pinning down A-Class's offensive line with the weight of the pole! They're playing dirty!
Tough luck, big guy. There's no rule against us using the pole as a weapon. Get the hell off of me! Shut up and stay down!
A splendid tactic. But you've only got 7 teammates to create a defense with, and 2 of them are down for the count. You've just given us more of an advantage.
Guerrilla team, Plan K. Both flanks, move in! There's a gap dead center. If we're going to attack, it has to be now while they're separated. All right, let's do it! Look alive, men! Operation Runny Nose!
Yeah!
I've got you now.
Ho, ho! Classic bait and switch!
They pulled the defensive fake out!
It's like a chess problem. Kids have made their defensive line airtight. But the tide of battle is turning against them quickly. We should do something. The Ministry of Defense isn't going to like it very much if the students get injured.
Not to worry, my good man. I gave Isogai some helpful tips during social studies. On the subject of defeating an enemy twice your size, history provides an excellent example in Hannibal of Carthage.
Ah, yes. called the Scourge of Ancient Rome.
He led his troops off-road, time and again, popping up where the opposing forces were least prepared. His defense strategies were clever, his weapons innovative. The lesson here is that a good tactician thinks unconventionally. Successful schemes are often guided by a touch of the eccentric.
Ooh, the E-Class dorks are about to get the net closed in on them.
Yeah, it's beating time.
Whoa, what the? Look out!
The E-Class team has split the playing field and is running amok among the spectators. Total chaos!
Hey, there are no rules about boundaries. Come on.
What you waiting for? The whole school's a battlefield.
What are you doing? Damn it, quit screwing around, guys!
The most dangerous part of pole toppling is that even with only a handful of teammates, you can clamber to the top. Their strongest are
Wakabane, Himura, Isogai, those are the three to watch.
Yuma Isogai. Should E-Class lose this friendly little match, I'll report your infraction and you'll be out in the cold. Order your team to attack unless you care to be expelled. Fall alone or drag your friends down with you. The choice is yours. Not ideal, but those are the stakes of leading the underdogs.
Isogai! It's about that time! Yep, and so far it's all going to plan.
What? Where'd those two come from? Were they on commission?
We practiced taking punches till we were blue in the face.
But the hardest part of it all was acting like we got flung off the field.
You're kidding me. These are the goons we pummeled in the beginning? Right, we're done running. E-Class, go Sonic!
Yeah!
Of course. The scuffle was only to distract our attention. After those two clowns were knocked in the seats, they regrouped. Why didn't I see it coming? Now they're taking advantage of the chaos to rush our main unit.
That's their game.
That's our game!
Oh, they got right up in their grill!
How you like that, Asino? There may not be that many of us, but it only takes one to reach the top of the pole.
Don't tell me this punk knows martial arts.
We happen to be standing on the same stage, you and I. Tell me, are you so big a fool you don't expect to be kicked off?
Strong final boss vibe. Definitely his father's son.
Uh-oh. A-Class is closing in. Anyone else feel like we're about to watch a massacre?
Make no mistake, Asino was a singularly fearsome leader. Provided they follow his command, A-Class can't lose. Not the sort of adversary you can trifle with, Isogai. Fortunately, you don't have to take him on all by yourself.
What? Wait a minute! The E-Class offensive is called in reinforcements!
What the hell? That's their defensive unit, which means they only have two guys left at the pole! How are they even holding them down?
A little thing called leverage.
Huh? Oh, yeah. Physics and stuff.
Nice one, man. They're totally buying that answer.
It's simply a fight for time. The two of us can't really hold down this many people by ourselves. Lucky for us, these poor souls don't dare do anything without orders. Could be your boss still has an ace up his sleeve. And of course, in times like these, it's better to wait and see than take the initiative, right?
Stupid four eyes!
Asino, we need orders.
I can't give you any.
Looks like the A-Class team is assuming a defensive posture, too. If they can hold, E-Class will be out of options.
Itona! Now! Do it!
Yeah, okay. A secret weapon is best saved for the last minute.
I can't move.
The A-Class is...
Team E-Class. For the win!
Outstanding! My students are so cool, aren't they cool? Look this way, please! And right there, mine!
Well, well, well. It would appear that by some miracle, the underdogs have gotten the better of you again. You were owned. I believe that's how the kids are putting it these days. Worse still, Isogai turned your strategy to his advantage. You hadn't the foresight to account for a secret weapon. This was a war of information, gentlemen, and you lost. Because of incompetent leadership.
Mr. Principal, please, sir, your son did the best he could.
Shut up, Kevin.
You can't win them all. You're his father. Tell him defeat can be a valuable lesson.
Yes, of course. You're absolutely right, Kevin. Well said. Perhaps you could teach me the value of defeat. Your words would carry a great deal more weight if I knew what it was to lose. Yes, well then. Come, fight. All four of you, please. At once.
There he is, Iso Guy! You were incredible!
Oh, thank you. But it's pretty dangerous stuff.
Yeah. Prince among men. Everything's different now. It's like the mood's changed. They don't treat us like the Untouchables anymore. What do you expect, man? Our nothing little team rocked the boat today. People are gonna talk.
Think about it, guys. Officially, we're now even cooler than Team Asano.
I'm sorry, sir. Please accept my apology. Did you know, I once took down a black belt on my third day of karate lessons. The first day, I was soundly beaten, you understand, by some 30-something. There was so much pain and vomiting. I'd never known a more agonizing defeat. What do you suppose I did on day 2? I observed, inwardly consumed by flames, my humiliation. Certain were I to lose again, I would be mortified to a point of insanity. That I would, in effect, die of madness. On day 3, I crushed my sensei without him landing a single blow. That is the lesson of defeat. Incidentally, Asano, aren't you mortified? Losing hurts. One would think the pain is eating you alive.
You're a monster.
Hey, check it out. Oh, it's Asano.
We had a deal. You gonna hold your end of the bargain? You're not gonna rat Iso Guy out for having a job?
You may take me at my word. Unlike some people I know, I'm not one for underhanded tactics. But next time I won't just take you down. I will chase you into oblivion.
Someone's a poor loser.
Yeah, what a jerk. Let him talk all the smack he wants. We're totally above it.
Don't pay any attention to him. He doesn't even know you, man. Doesn't understand what you have to deal with.
Except, it's not being fair. I don't know him either. His life could be really tough. Plus, I've got super awesome classmates. If being broke led me to you, then I'm glad.
Isugai may not look as cool as Asano. He's not on top or out front, but before you even realize it, he's right there next to you.
Whoa! Leftovers from the bread eating contest?
That's the president of E-Class for you. A prince among men and a sex.
All those goldfish buns! What'd I tell ya? Coolest short cut ever!
Yeah, it is!
Guys, wait up!
Hey, not outside of class!
Relax, it's fine! After the pole toppling match, people be suspicious if we didn't do this!
This is incredible.
We should always take this route. What was that noise? You all right? Oh, my word. I'll call for help.
It seems the gentleman has a hairline fracture of the right femur. Doctor says he should be on his feet in about a week or so. What complicates this is that you kids are a state secret. He'll likely settle out of court, but my men have to negotiate a gag order.
I can't believe it.
Koro-sensei.
It wasn't her fault. The street was too narrow.
Yeah, and who'd think an old man to be riding his bike through there, you know?
Exactly. I mean, what we did was reckless and everything, sure. But we were doing it to, sharpen our skills and whatnot.
We got on wine. We're under a lot of pressure. Saving the world's a big deal.
Will that be reported as my bringing harm to some of the students?
I'll overlook it just this once. I knew the risk when I introduced a higher level of training. I I take full responsibility. You clearly weren't ready. This is on me.
Sir, we're sorry.
Sorry.
Perhaps you've grown too strong for your own good. You were drunk on power. You neglected to put yourselves in the shoes of someone weaker. That makes you no different than your counterparts on the main campus.
It stung to be called out like that. But what could we say in our defense? We screwed up. It's the least we deserved.
We are now exactly 2 weeks away from midterms. Consider yourselves prohibited from studying for them. This isn't a punishment. There are simply other, more important things to study first. I ought to have included them in the syllabus earlier.
Please accept the offer, Mr. Matsukata.
No! For all intents and purposes, I'll be bedridden for upwards of 2 weeks. After what they pulled, standard restitution won't fly. No. I'll need something special, something with a bit of groveling involved, I think. What the hell? What just happened? Am I losing my damn mind, or did this room just become a florist all of a sudden? Please accept my sincerest apologies. I can't tell you how contrite I am, good sir. My would-be assassins and I have caused you a world of trouble. I beg your forgiveness.
Attention, children. I have news. I'm afraid that Principal Matsukata has been hurt and we won't be seeing him for a while.
So he got hurt?
Now, don't worry, he's fine. And until he's back, these young men and women will be here to lend us a hand. Isn't that nice?
Seriously?
Are you all
Why do I have to watch these freaking zygotes for something I didn't even do?
Worst job ever.
You're being eaten.
Hey, we're a team. We all got a sticky slab. He said for even one of us to learn their lesson, the whole class has to be on board.
I'm sorry, guys.
Oh, it's all right. We got ourselves into this. We should have had the sense to know that someone could get hurt.
Yeah, whatever, as long as I get to appoint myself supervisor. Though with you clowns, it's more appropriate to call me ringmaster.
Hey! I propose we can stealth study for midterms at home. And thank our lucky stars we got off so light. 2 weeks, unpaid work? Small price to pay for the old man's silence. We should be grateful.
Takabayashi? I can't take you seriously when you're being pantsed by 6-year-olds.
Some of these kids are kind of hyper. So, what do you insects plan on doing for us now? You descend on our habitat like a swarm of locusts. I figure the least you can do is work off some of the oxygen you're sucking up, you losers. And some of them are just plain terrifying.
Uh-oh. Sis Sakura's in a bad mood again. Yeah, these guys are gonna get massacred.
You think they know she's been here for 5
Or
years?
that she spent the past 2 of them rebelling against the man?
They don't call Sis Sakura the elite meat for nothing.
Isn't she way too old for this place?
I don't know, dude. Don't judge. Maybe she just really likes it here.
The real question is whether you troglodytes have it in you to work. How about endurance?
Wait! Be careful. That section of the floor is all wonky.
You're getting it fixed, right? The building. I mean, it does seem to be getting sort of rickety.
If only we had the funds. Our principal has a soft spot for children stuck on the waiting list for primary school. Takes them in at rock-bottom rates. He can barely afford the faculty he has. Poor man works himself to the bone.
All 28 of us are here for 2 weeks. I bet we could do a few things.
Yeah, a whole lot of things.
That's the spirit. All right then, gang, let's all divvy up the workload. First, a strategy meeting.
Yeah!
Please, Sir Karma, you must stop. I implore you not to hurt anyone else.
Forgive me, Princess. Honor compels me to run the creature down. As long as you live, there can be no peace in the realm.
Quit going off book, damn it. The script says no physical contact. You weren't gonna smack me around either way, weren't you?
Oh, wow. The fight choreography is good.
No kidding. And the girl's acting really draws me into the story.
Knock it off!
To your right! Suddenly, the mage's magical chloroform put the beasts to sleep unharmed. And thanks to chemistry, they all lived happily ever after. That's our show, boys and girls. What did you think?
Kayano's fantastic with kids. Yeah, girl's got a real gift for reading the room. Plus, she's their size.
So, what are we doing with this stuff again?
Oh, you'll see. Chiba and Ritsu have blueprints.
Careful, cool. Leave the decorating to me.
And drop.
That's awesome!
Do you want to try?
Heck yeah! Oh, she's so adorable! Uh-oh, is the poor kitty cat lost?
You kids are wonderful. Who'd have thought these children would be tutored by students from a prestigious junior high school?
Don't expect much, ma'am. Kanuki Galka might be great, but our class is definitely bottom of the barrel.
Sharp as she is, Sakura is falling behind. Till she moves on to primary school, the girl's basically just spinning her wheels. Okay, let's see. How do I explain these equations in a way someone her age can understand? Man, this whole teaching thing's harder than it looks.
Oh, come on. I don't have all day. At this rate, I'll be middle-aged before Tokyo University accepts me.
Hey, this takes time. So, why'd you drop out of primary school, if you don't mind me asking?
Huh? What do you think, genius? Bullying. They treated me like poop.
It doesn't make sense. You'd think kids that age would be sweet and innocent, eyes filled with wonder.
Yeah, well, the second they learn how strong they are, all they care about is picking on the ones half their size.
That was a little on the nose.
I know what you're gonna say, so don't bother. It gets better. Stick it out, otherwise the bullies win. That's the same line my parents feed me. Whatever. I mean, look who I'm talking to. You're weaker than I am. You know how it is. Here, kitty, 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 kitty.
Huh?
Oh, dear. I don't think she knows how to get down. Poor little thing probably doesn't have that much tree climbing experience. You see what I mean? The higher you go, the more dangerous it is. That's what courage gets you. Thanks, but this gal prefers to keep her feet planted firmly on the ground.
Great, now we're dealing with a cat in a tree. I'll handle it. Come on, man. Like we did in pole toppling. Sure, yeah. I'm on catapult duty.
Look at it this way. Let's pretend the tree is primary school, right? Where we're standing is, well, this place. We all start here, essentially. And it's where our strength comes from. We were looked down on, but we never stopped looking up, even when the height made us feel dizzy or insignificant or scared the crap out of us. We learned how to climb by taking it one rung at a time.
Who's a good kitty? Ow, my eye!
We reached the top, but along the way we forgot what it meant to be scared of heights. So every now and then we lost our grip. Learn to climb. Start from where you are now. Formulate a game plan. When you're ready, go for it. That's my advice. A trade secret from one late bloomer to another.
Nagisa?
We learned a lot in those 2 weeks. And not the sort of stuff they cover in school. At least not when you're a student. Before we knew it, time had flown by.
Again, sir, I can't thank you enough for letting us do this. We greatly appreciate it.
Anything to help young people become more well-rounded, I suppose. How could a fellow educator say no to that? Well, anyway, let's hope that ramshackle lean-to hasn't collapsed under the additional weight.
Before. After.
What in God's name have you done to my school?
The wood you see here comes care of the lush mountain forest in which E-Class' own facility sits. This was once a cramped and oh-so-humble preschool building. But what have we here? An elegant and open multi-purpose space.
How in the... They did this in only 2 weeks?
Virtual mock-ups guaranteed a sturdy design. Robust pillars now firmly buttress the dilapidated main building.
We were inspired by world architecture and the golden ratio.
The second floor is divided into 2 beautifully functional rooms. One, a library where the children can read in comfort.
To be honest, it's a very simple design. We can only do so much.
But the shelves are packed. We all scoured the neighborhood for secondhand books.
I donated too!
Adjacent to the library is a posh indoor playground. Careful placement of foam mats and durable netting ensures safety. And protected by a weather-treated roof, the equipment won't erode from exposure to the elements.
I don't believe it.
Here, come take a look at the garage.
We have a garage now?
Ah! Goodness gracious! Our illustrious tech squad has completely remodeled the principal's bicycle, whose front wheel got banged up in the accident. Once an ordinary conveyance, it's now an ultra-safe, high-load-bearing electric three-wheeler.
The rotating jungle gym is linked to the battery charger, meaning that the bicycle runs primarily on the kinetic energy produced by the children during recess.
Meaning also, the more the children play, the more they help their beloved principal get from point A to point B. Hooray for science.
This is too perfect! You kids have gone above and beyond. It's actually a little creepy.
Repurposed for use with a handlebar bell, the principal's old dentures add a touch of nostalgia.
That's entirely too much attention to detail. Damn it, look. You can spruce up and spit shine all you want. But what my kids need are mentors who can speak to their experience. If you haven't gotten through to them, this was all just a whitewash.
Hey, Nagisa! Ta-da! I came in second! Wow, that's fantastic. Great job, Sakura. The trick you told me to do really worked. I snuck in for the math portion of the test like a ninja. I finished, I leapt, poof!
Pretty cool, huh? The bullies were too busy with their own exams to mess with you.
I caught them by surprise. The teacher was the only person who knew I was coming.
We call that getting the drop on your opponent. It's how we do things in E-Class, and it's done wonders for us. Unveil your best attack before the enemy even gets into position. I'm so proud of you. Keep on using those hit-and-run tactics. When you're ready for primary school, you'll have a full arsenal.
So... You'll, teach me some more tricks then?
Absolutely.
That is one scary dude.
He's terrifying because he has no idea how terrifying he is.
You little rat face. You've left me no room to complain, damn it.
Oh, welcome back, Principal. Look at this.
Suppose it's time to run along back to class now. I believe there's some important work ahead of you. Yes, sir.
See you later!
And with that, our very special lesson was at an end. Still, though, the midterms were the very next day. It was a disaster. The majority of E-Class got booted out of the top spots.
What a total letdown! Oh well, guess that first time was just a fluke, huh? We didn't even need to crush you at pole toppling.
What's the matter, dorks? Kitty Cat got your tongue?
Grades are the end-all be-all of this institution. The bottom feeders have no right to address those in the top echelon.
No kidding. And by that logic, I guess you got nothing to say to me.
Despite being forbidden to study, one student remained undaunted by the 2-week handicap. Of course, substantial traces of prep work were clear when I popped by the day of the summer festival. One can't help but admire the young man's initiative.
I shouldn't get cocky. Teach will probably be all like, nah, it doesn't count unless you come in first.
Whoa, Karma.
Don't you people get it? I'm the only one here who gave it his all this time around. Everybody else was pulling their punches to give you idiots a fair shot. See, they were being nice because we knew losing would be worse for you than for us.
Excuse me?
So yeah, this was a freebie, and you only get one. Come on, guys.
Thank you, Karma. You just covered for us.
We're sorry for the trouble, Mr. Karasuma. It won't happen again.
No harm, no foul. All in a day's work. Did you learn your lesson? Did you kids take anything away from this experience?
That we're not in this just for the money, or to bump up our grades. We're in this to get stronger, and to use that strength for the greater good, to help people. Knowing how to kill gives us the power to save the world. Intelligence gives us the power to change someone's life.
And we learn not to be reckless with our strength.
From this point forward, we'll be careful.
Failure and frustration can be well springs for growth. Something tells me my boys and girls will be richer for this experience. From here on out, they'll apply themselves more thoughtfully. Now then, time for some BBQ with the foie gras I purchased at a French farmer's market. Glad I can keep this piece on the DL.
Where in the blazes did you come from?
Whoa.
sorry, sir. We wanted you to see this.
Brand new equipment from your pal, the government. I told them not to tip their hand, but they couldn't resist. They felt it was important that you see for yourself how discreet they can be.
Whatever you teach us, we'll use it to kill you. That's how Assassination Classroom works.
But don't worry, sir. You have our word. We'll use what you teach us for good. See, as far as we're concerned, our strength is for protecting people.
Full marks for that answer. When I first came to this class, what bloodlust I found was aimless, and even then, only a handful of you possessed it. There was negligible danger of being assassinated, but the atmosphere was stagnant. Now, however, the whole campus is alive with razor-sharp killer instinct.
One of these days, even you will meet your match.
Indeed. At the moment, I seem to be surrounded by several.
Before I came here, I had legions of sugar daddies falling all over themselves to buy me expensive things. Now, if it doesn't come from him, I'm not interested. What the hell is wrong with me? And why haven't I been able to get a hold of Lowbro? Being alone sucks.
Professor Bitch, do you have a little time to go over some more conversational Francais?
Do what? Oh, that's right. You had your heart set on working overseas.
Yeah. Oh, excuse me, I meant to say we.
Well, all right then. Take a seat and we'll...
Actually, the weather's so nice, I was thinking we could do this outside.
But why?
Come on, it'll be fun.
Man, those two are lucky to have us around to push things along. Where it go? The Fox and the Hound have been separated. We'll keep our fingers crossed for the birthday present squad.
All right, let's do this. Now, what exactly are you supposed to get someone who already has 2 of everything?
It's not gonna be easy.
Everybody pitched in. Not a whole lot, but it's better than nothing. Question is, will it be enough to buy a proper grown-up gift?
Hey, over here. Everything end up okay with that man? You know, the old-timer on the bicycle?
You're the flower guy who called the ambulance. He managed to forgive us after a couple of weeks, yeah? Thanks for helping us out.
No sweat. I'm glad it wasn't as bad as it looked. Beg pardon, I couldn't help but overhear you're in the market for a grown-up gift?
Yes we are.
Well, what about something like this?
Oh, I get it. A bouquet.
In this day and age, we can have whatever we want, but flowers are still the go-to gift of choice. Why do you suppose that is? It's not just about romance. Their color, their shape, and scent. The fact that they don't last. Flowers are an ideal metaphor for the human condition.
Oh my, you're a persuasive salesman, sir.
Quite the poetic little speech. That calculator part of the symbolism?
Hey, I'm just trying to make a living. So, you in? I'll cut you a deal. It's flowery fate.
Wow, then what? Is there some magic word that brings a Frenchman to his knees?
What's with you today, Toka? You've never been so enthralled. You're hanging on every word.
Well, yeah, I want to learn French.
Hey, miss, can you play piano for us like you did at the hotel?
Come on, Professor Bitch. Let me try you in one of your killer poses.
Hold on, I asked her first, you know.
What's the deal with these brats all of a sudden? I'm so popular. Ha! Don't fret, my little darlings. There's enough Professor Bitch to go around. Just don't get turned on. That would be crossing the line.
It's a very nice bouquet of flowers, don't get me wrong. But why me? They'd mean so much more coming from you.
Can somebody actually be this clueless?
Mr. K, please. Look at it this way. Professor Bitch is a vital asset to the mission. All in a day's work, sir. Winning over your colleague can only help things, right? Just let her think they're from you. Cool?
I see your point. Very well. I'll do it. Thanks for your dedication.
Sorry, we just did this again soon, yeah?
Wait, come on, you don't all have to leave at the same time. Well, damn, how do you like that? Nice, absolutely perfect. I'm right back to being Miss Lonely Hearts. Hey, Karasuma, you won't believe what just happened. Those self-centered brats.
Good timing.
What is this?
I know I'm late, but happy birthday.
Wait, these are for me? And they're from you?
Sorry I let the actual day slip by. Things got busy.
No, fine. I'm delighted. Thank you so much. You old dog, I thought you forgot it. Is this real, or is there something up your sleeve?
I do want to mark the occasion. This is the first and last of your birthdays we'll celebrate together.
Oh, don't be silly. What is that supposed to mean?
Just what it sounds like. Stands to reason, yes. Either the mission's going to end, or the world will. One way or the other. In half a year, this will be over.
Oh, hey there.
Well, we're screwed.
I figured you had to be behind this. A bouquet of flowers, huh? Like the Square would think of doing something like that for me of his own will. You enjoy yourselves? Stringing me along so you can watch a pro assassin get her pathetic little hopes up?
That's not the case at all, Miss Irina. The children's intentions were utterly pure.
Save it, Octarazzi! Who gives a damn? This is a business relationship, nothing more. I've been so caught up in my role, I've forgotten who I really am. You've opened my eyes. Best birthday present ever. Thank you.
Hold on!
Professor Bitch, please.
Not to point fingers or anything, Mr. K, but that was kind of cold of you, don't you think?
Don't tell us you still haven't noticed how she feels.
You kids don't really believe I'm that oblivious, do you? I'm a heartless bastard for good reason. Emotions can't be allowed to get in the way of what needs to be done. We're professionals. If her feelings for me can dull her blade, then she's not qualified to be an assassin. That's all there is to it.
But, Mr. Karasuma...
Ah! I'm so pissed off right now! Karasuma! To hell with that! More like Crapsuma! Damn it, it's hard to say! Maybe it's time to leave. What's left for me here anyway? Nothing. Not with what I'm capable of.
After that, Professor Bitch essentially disappeared.
She hasn't been here in 3 days.
We really crossed the line this time, guys.
Well, I'm off. You can call me if there's any news on Miss Irina. Meanwhile, there's a football tournament in Brazil I must attend. So...
Okay, then. Guess he's out of here. What's the deal with him and soccer all of a sudden? Typical once every 4 years fan. What happened to baseball?
I'm starting to get worried. I just hope she's okay. Yeah, no. Not much luck getting through.
My GPS scan is coming up negative. No matches on the closed circuit feeds either.
Seriously, you don't think she would leave over something like this?
I'm sure that can't be the case. After all, there's still something important you need her to do.
Yes, exactly. Plus, she knows we like having her around.
Right. You children have bonded rather nicely with her. There's no denying that. You see, my preliminary reconnaissance confirmed as much. Your connection gives me something very handy to exploit.
It was so casual. He walked in like he owned the place.
Hello. I'm the assassin commonly known as the Reaper. And today, boys and girls, class is going to be fun.
What the...
It's him. The flower tends to throw people off guard. There's hardly a soul alive immune to their charm. Remember my sales pitch? Nagisa, you were taken in. But you see, there's a reason flowers evolved into such lovely, fragrant varieties. Ritsu, would you bring up the image I sent? Their purpose is to draw insects.
Is that Professor Bitch?
I'll cut to the chase. It's simple. If you want her to live, show up when and where I tell you to. And yes, I mean the entire class. Not a word of this to your teachers. Of course, I can understand if you're not comfortable with those terms. If you'd rather not come, there's always the option of sending her to you. In tiny individual wrapped pieces, one per student. If that's the preference, fine. Though one of you will likely be my next flower.
We didn't see him coming. That's when it dawned on me. What scared me most of all was not being afraid.
Okay, first off, we got no obligation to save that pushy bitch, so thanks for playing, but no dice. Second, what's to stop us from beating the piss out of you right here and now, you kidnapping bastard?
A bold assessment, but entirely wrong. The woman means more to you than you know. In fact, I suspect that if you were to let her die, you'd be beside yourselves. As to your second point, no human being is capable of taking down the Reaper. Conversely, human beings are the Reaper's preferred prey.
Come to the location shown on the map. Arrive as a group at 6 p.m. and tell no one.
Huh. Exactly like with Takaoka and Shiro. They want to take us hostage, draw out Koro-sensei with us as the bait.
Damn!
We using these?
Oh, we're doing this to protect someone. So yes.
I don't care if he's the greatest assassin who's ever lived. We're not about to let that oily SOB's plan go off without a hitch.
That's gotta be the way in.
Bird's eye loop around's negative. There's no sign of anybody close by.
Makes it more ominous.
Okay, Ritsu. If we don't all make it back here by midnight, tell Koro-sensei what's going on.
Got it. Good luck. Be safe, everyone.
Let's go.
A lot of space he's got.
Is that all of you? Good. Watch the doors.
You like to keep an eye on us, huh? Kinda kinky.
Reaper Peeper, all right, sure, why not?
Look, we've held up our end of the bargain. So give back Professor Bitch and let us get on with our lives, okay?
What the hell?
Whoa, the whole room is going down.
Trap is complete. Ensnaring you as a group is the best way. Saves me a lot of time.
Professor Bitch!
Oh, crap. No worries. If he comes quietly, no one gets killed.
What about if we, resist or something? Would you be mad enough to kill us then?
Oh, relax. It's pitiful how scared you are.
Sorry, I can't really do much about it. Here, this section sounds hollow. A fitted charge.
If you smoke 3 capsules.
Oh. Yes, good. Make it fun.
Okay, moment of truth is upon us.
Hello, E-Class? Can you hear me? Nice work. Honestly, I'm happy you escaped. It'll be a good warm-up for the real game. I expect great things.
I knew it. It's a game to him. This isn't some vindictive act like with Takaoka. It's different. He's an unknown quantity.
Hmm. 7-1. Huh? Indeed. Letting XY stand for 7-1 gives us a lovely math problem. Now,
Oh, dear me. I seem to have angered the locals somehow. Did I insult a sacred custom? I ought to pick my R's brain on this. He knows soccer.
We're sorry. The number you dialed is out of range.
Isogai then. Perhaps Hinata. Or Kurasaka. I have a bad feeling about this.
We'll intercept him here. Whichever way he decides to come from, we'll still have him outnumbered, so stay alert.
Ritsu, we need some backup, okay?
Yeah, not feeling it. Be realistic, like I'm gonna go up against the Reaper. I'd rather power down than, do stuff.
Ritsu's been hacked!
He's coming. I can't make him out. What the? How is he doing that?
Take him down! Dumbass is walking right into us.
Hand-to-hand combat was the first skill I honed as an assassin. So, as you might imagine, I'm rather good at it. A talent 99% unnecessary in this profession, but without it, 1% of my quarry would survive. If you want to be a killer, it's an indispensable tool. Take my word for it. Females are so fragile. Don't expect me to handle the rest of you this delicately.
Everyone, stay back. absorbing the impact. Still, though, the Reaper thinks your ribs are cracked, which really pisses me off. When I'm like this, my bloodlust demands satisfaction for all of us. With these hands... Whoa!
Well, damn. This isn't gonna work.
The classic stunner clap. Yours and Lopro's might conceivably startle a cat, but in sufficiently skilled hands, the move can accomplish quite a bit more. Human consciousness has a frequency, you see. The higher the peaks, the more sensitive one is to stimulus. When your prey is in a particularly agitated state of mind, powerful enough sound wave can work wonders. Of course, they'll be startled, but that's hardly all. Oh no. Voluntary nervous system will be temporarily paralyzed.
This is top-level stuff.
Huh. So, that's it? Well, okay then. Except I seem to be short a few of you.
Professor Bitch!
She's still breathing.
You're in charge of taking care of her.
Man, I always get stuck with the grunt work.
Okay, let's rendezvous with the others and get the hell out of here.
Yay! What a relief. I thought for sure she was a goner.
Yeah, right? Professor Bitch?
How lovely to finally be myself. 6 whole months of sleep before my prince came to wake me. Now then, to put you brats out of commission.
What are you talking about?
This can't be real.
Time for your final lesson, boys and girls. I hope you're ready. I stepped on a rug barefoot.
Jeez, come on, miss. Let's...
Not cool.
That was a dirty trick. We were actually worried about you there for...
Yeah, well, what are you gonna do? Blame it on the experience gap. I've seen a little bit more carnage than you punks.
Already? You took him out all by yourself.
I was only following your advice. There's no point throwing in with a bunch of snot-nosed know-nothings.
Glad you've finally seen the light. They're only children, after all. For all the good they are to us, they might as well be from another world. They breathe clean air, we breathe blood mist. You there. What'll it be, then? Will you come quietly, or stand your ground in a losing battle?
Blah, blah, blah. Dude, bring it on. Eaton and I will kick your crazy ass.
I surrender.
Huh?
If we fight, we're toast. This guy's on a whole other level.
You're kidding me.
It's like you said. If we lose today, so what? All we gotta do is win once. Be patient.
So now what?
Listen, buddy, I don't know what your big plan is for killing Koro-sensei, but I wouldn't count on it going smoothly.
Oh, don't worry, I'm a gifted improviser. That's my job. I can work with bad intel as well as good.
Huh? Karasuma?
Why is he here?
Probably the octopus. He told us once if there was ever a wall we couldn't get over, he'd take over from there. We're gonna be okay.
I've got their scent. Didn't I tell you? This clever canine disguise. I'm a natural.
There is absolutely nothing natural about what you're doing right now.
Xin chào các bạn, và hôm nay thì tôi sẽ hướng dẫn các bạn những nguyên tắc khi đi xe ô tô. Thì cái đầu tiên là khi các bạn vào xe rồi thì các bạn phải kiểm tra xem cái bảng táp nồi là có hiện thông báo cái gì không. Ví dụ là khi các bạn không thắt dây an toàn thì hoặc là các bạn đóng cửa chưa đóng cửa nó chưa đóng chặt, hoặc là phanh tay đang kéo, hoặc là dây bảo hiểm chưa thắt thì là nó sẽ báo ở trên này, hoặc là nhiên liệu sắp hết, hoặc là dầu phanh đang bị thiếu thì nó sẽ báo ở cái trên hiện trên cái bảng táp lô này, thì các bạn phải để ý và các bạn xem. Thì thông thường là cái lỗi là thắt dây an toàn là nó sẽ báo vào cái phanh tay. Ở cái ô tô này thì nó có một cái khác so với các xe máy, là nó có cái phanh tay này. Phanh tay này thì thông thường thì khi người ta dừng xe hoặc là người ta đỗ xe thì người ta hay kéo phanh tay này. Khi người ta ví dụ người ta dừng xe, người ta đỗ xe để người ta ra khỏi vị trí, hoặc là người ta ví dụ người ta đỗ ở một chỗ để người ta đi đâu đó, thì người ta thường là kéo phanh tay. Thì khi mà bắt đầu mình chuẩn bị khởi hành xe, mình chuẩn bị thì mình phải hạ phanh tay xuống để mình đi. Thông thường thì cũng rất nhiều người quên cái hạ phanh tay này. Và cái dây bảo hiểm thì thực ra cái dây bảo hiểm này khi mình đi tập xe thì tôi hay là tôi không hay thắt dây an toàn, nhưng mà nguyên tắc là phải thắt dây an toàn đầu tiên, phải thắt dây an toàn và để bảo vệ an toàn cho chính mình. Và cái nguyên tắc thứ hai khi vào xe là các bạn phải làm sao để điều chỉnh được cái ghế làm sao thoải mái nhất, gương chiếu hậu hai bên, bởi vì khi đi xe ô tô này thì là gương chiếu hậu là rất quan trọng, và cả gương ở giữa này nữa. Bởi vì là khi các bạn mà đi ô tô thì các bạn không thể quay ngang quay ngửa để các bạn nhìn nó thoáng như xe máy được. Các bạn bắt buộc các bạn phải nhìn gương chiếu hậu để xem là có phương tiện tham gia giao thông phía sau mình như thế nào, nó có muốn vượt mình không, hay là nó có, hay là mình phải quan sát. Khi ví dụ là khi mình chuẩn bị mình khởi hành xe mình đi thì bắt đầu mình sẽ tham gia vào giao thông ở trên đường này, thì mình phải quan sát, một là phải quan sát, cái là cái đầu tiên. Và trong cái nguyên tắc này nữa là khi mà mình nhìn gương chiếu hậu và khi mình bắt đầu đi thì là mình xi nhan trái, và khi mà mình muốn dừng đỗ và mình muốn táp vào nề thì bắt buộc mình phải xi nhan phải trước để báo hiệu cho người xe ở phía sau biết. Bởi vì là đi ô tô tốc độ rất là nhanh, mà các bạn mà cách xử lý nó không như xe máy, mà các bạn mà không báo hiệu trước thì xe đằng sau ví dụ là nó đang nối đuôi nhau, tuy là khoảng cách an toàn thật nhưng mà nhiều khi người ta cũng không để ý, có thể người ta húc vào đít bạn thì lúc đấy thì bạn mất tiền sửa xe mà người ta chưa chắc là phải lỗi người ta cũng không đền cho bạn đâu, bởi vì bạn phanh gấp hoặc bạn không có tín hiệu. Thì khi còn các bạn bắt đầu chuẩn bị đi thì các bạn đã kiểm tra táp nô và gương chiếu hậu ghế, và các bạn bắt đầu, khi các bạn đi thì các bạn bắt đầu xi nhan trái và nhìn gương chiếu hậu bên trái để các bạn đi. Phân các gương chiếu hậu bên trái và cả đằng trước nữa, đánh mắt sang cả bên gương chiếu hậu bên trái để đi. Đó, khi tham gia giao thông mình thấy an toàn rồi thì mình bắt đầu nhập vào cái đường và mình bắt đầu tăng tốc để mình vào các số tiếp theo. Đơn giản là như vậy thôi. Một nguyên tắc nữa là khi các bạn đi ô tô thì các bạn tuyệt đối không được nhìn vào cần số này, không được nhìn vào chân ga, chân phanh hay chân côn, tất cả xe số tự động thì không có chân côn. Tuy nhiên là không được phép nhìn vào, một là cần số và hai là chân côn, chân phanh, chân ga. Các bạn chỉ được tập trung nhìn ở phía trước và các bạn đánh mắt sang hai gương chiếu hậu và gương chiếu hậu ở giữa này, gương ở giữa này để các bạn nhìn tham giác quan sát cái tình hình giao thông ở phía sau thôi. Thì các bạn tuyệt đối không được nhìn vào cần số, hoặc là các bạn nhìn vào chân côn, chân phanh, chân ga. Cái đấy là các bạn phải học thuộc như bảng tiểu chương, và các bạn luôn khi các bạn phải đi xe nó phản xạ như ở điều kiện tự nhiên vậy. Nó cứ khi nào thì cần đạp côn phanh, khi nào thì nên đạp ga, và khi nào thì sang số như nào là nó phải thuần thục và nó phải thuộc lòng như bảng tiểu chương. Không thể là khi nào dừng xe là mình bắt đầu mình nhớ là chân nào là chân phanh để mình đạp phanh được, hoặc là khi nào tăng tốc mình bắt đầu mình mới nhớ là chân nào là chân phanh, khi nào tăng tốc, khi nào là chân ga để các bạn đạp ga được. Các bạn nó phải thuộc lòng như bảng tiểu chương thì mới không có thời gian suy nghĩ được khi đi ô tô, nhất là đường cao tốc chẳng hạn, không có thời gian để các bạn suy nghĩ đâu. Và khi các bạn xi nhan sang bên nào để các bạn đánh lái sang bên nào á, thì các bạn phải nhìn gương bên đó. Bây giờ các bạn muốn xi nhan sang bên trái để các bạn đánh lái sang bên trái chẳng hạn, và xi nhan sang bên trái đánh lái sang bên trái thì các bạn phải nhìn gương chiếu hậu bên trái. Khi quan sát, khi mà nó đã không có nguy hiểm và không có chướng ngại vật hoặc là an toàn thì các bạn mới được phép đi. Cũng giống như thế, khi các bạn muốn xi nhan sang đánh lái sang bên phải thì các bạn phải xi nhan và các bạn nhìn gương chiếu hậu bên phải. Đánh lái bên nào thì các bạn phải nhìn gương bên đó và quan sát tình hình, rồi các bạn mới được đánh lái và di chuyển sang. Nó không giống như xe máy ô tô này, các bạn phải quan sát, nếu không xe phía sau đang đi mà các bạn không có tín hiệu rẽ mà các bạn lại rẽ thì nó húc vào ba các bạn luôn, hoặc là các bạn phải quan sát khi mà xe nó ví dụ nó đang vượt trái chẳng hạn, mà các bạn lại không xi nhan trái mà các bạn lại tự nhiên các bạn đánh lái sang bên trái ngay là quẹt vào ngay. Ô tô thì là các bạn phải báo hiệu trước và các bạn phải quan sát. Một điều tiếp theo mà cái điều này thì có thể gây rất nguy hiểm, có nghĩa là các cái xe các xe từ đời 2010 hoặc là các xe trở về đây, hoặc là những các xe hiện đại bây giờ là nó đều có gọi là hệ thống trợ lực, từ hệ thống trợ lực vô năng cho đến hệ thống trợ lực phanh ga và côn. Thế nên là khi mà các bạn phải làm sao để tuy là nó vẫn có độ dơ, tuy nhiên là khi mà các bạn mà cứ chân các bạn mà cứ đệm vào mà các bạn không có cảm giác thì tại vì nó rất là nhẹ thì nó cứ mòn, thì khi các bạn cứ đạp thôi, đạp côn liên tục thì nó bị ma sát và nó mòn. Rồi các bạn cứ đạp phanh liên tục thì nó sẽ nóng phanh, ở trong một quãng đường dài nó sẽ bị nóng và nó có thể bị hỏng phanh, bởi vì nó có trợ lực. Các bạn đi các bạn cứ kê một chút, các bạn cứ không cảm nhận được đâu. Thế nên là khi mà đi thì thông thường này là người ta sẽ đeo giày, hoặc là người ta sẽ làm sao để cái gót chân người ta cũng phải có trụ được gót chân để làm sao để người ta chỉ có chạm vào thôi chứ không được kê, bởi vì nó có trợ lực, các bạn chỉ nhẹ một chút là nó đã có tác dụng rồi. Thế nên là khi mà các bạn đi xe thì thông thường thì như là đi xe số sàn chẳng hạn, thì nhiều người lái xe cừ thì người ta trên đường thẳng hoặc là cái đường thẳng mà dài, hoặc là những cái đường đi ngon lành là người ta đạp côn là chỉ có tác dụng là sang số và chuyển số, và tác dụng là không để xe không chết máy đâu. Còn đâu khi mà người ta đã sang số xong rồi người ta bỏ hẳn chân ra khỏi chân côn luôn, chứ người ta không để ví dụ như bây giờ mình mới học hoặc là mình đi xe chưa thạo rồi thì các bạn có thể là cứ để chân ở vị trí chân côn và chân trái ở vị trí chân côn và chân phải ở vị trí chân phanh và chân ga. Tuy nhiên là khi mà người ta đi xe cừ rồi, với người ta đi quen rồi thì người ta đạp côn xong để sang số xong mà đã ok rồi là người ta bỏ hẳn chân ra khỏi bàn chân côn luôn. Thế là khi mà đi đường đèo, hoặc là khi mà các bạn đi đường dốc dài á, hoặc là các bạn kể đi đường băng cũng được, nhưng mà các bạn đi các bạn cứ ví dụ là các bạn cái chân phải các bạn cứ đệm một chút phanh mà các bạn không biết, tại vì nó có trợ lực, mà các bạn mà cứ không để ý cái nào, các bạn cứ phanh trong một thời gian rất dài thì nó nóng lên và nó có thể bị mất phanh. Rồi đi xe côn, xe số sàn nữa thì các bạn cứ đỡ côn và đệm phanh vào, thì khi đi xuống dốc mà đèo dài chẳng hạn, thế thì côn nó cũng mòn, nó không bắt nữa, nó không hãm được số nữa, và phanh nó cũng mất phanh nữa, thì đấy thì sẽ gây ra những cái tai nạn nhiều. Là vì tại sao mà các xe ô tô đi nó bị mất mất phanh đấy, mà nó nào cũng bực là vì như vậy. Nguyên tắc tiếp theo là khi mình đi đường thì mình phải lên bám phần đường của mình không phải sợ là cái xe đi ngược chiều mình gần đến mà mình tránh ra hết sang bên phải làm gì hết cả. Đường bình thường nếu mà đường một làn thôi thì mình cứ chia đôi đường ra, nếu mà tại vì đường nó đủ rộng cứ chia đôi đường ra, mỗi người một nửa, thông thường là thế. Còn có thể xe to hơn thì có thể mình nhường nó một chút, hoặc là cái chỗ nào mà nó hơi khó lách nhau thì mình có thể dừng hẳn để cho nó đi qua, hoặc là mình tìm, nếu mà cái chỗ nào mà nó rất hẹp thì mình tìm một chỗ nào để mình lui vào để cho xe kia đi qua đã. Đấy là như thế. Còn nếu mà những cái thông thường mà xe vẫn đủ cho hai làn xe, cho hai ô tô lách nhau mà mình đi là mình cứ chia đôi đường ra, hoặc là nếu mà đi đường mà nó kẻ vạch như này thì bắt đầu mình bám vào làn đường của mình, cách cái vạch của mình tầm 20 phân ra. Đến thông thường ví dụ nó có hai làn chẳng hạn thì mình đi làn ở bên trái hoặc làn giữa thì mình cứ bám vào cái vạch kẻ đường mình đi thôi, thì không phải sợ là xe ngược chiều đi mà mình dạt hết sang bên phải, vì là mới đi hoặc là khi chưa có kinh nghiệm cứ không căn được đường mà lại cứ phải dạt sang bên phải, nhiều khi lại dạt xuống cả rãnh nữa. Nên là các bạn phải cẩn thận. Đây ví dụ bây giờ bắt đầu tôi đi, khi bắt đầu đi khởi hành thì bắt buộc bạn xi nhan trái và các bạn đánh mắt sang gương chiếu hậu bên trái và vẫn phải nhìn phía trước và đánh mắt sang gương chiếu hậu bên trái, chứ không nhìn thẳng ra bên trái thì phía trước thì tham gia giao thông thì chết. Thông thường thì đi này, số và tốc độ nó phù hợp với nhau. Xe số tự động thì mình không nói rồi, nó giảm ngược đi rồi. Còn đâu xe số sàn thì số nó phải phù hợp với tốc độ phù hợp với số. Và xe số tự động thì nó cũng có các lấc, tuy là nó đi số D, nó đi là mình gạt sang D để đi, nhưng mà nó cũng có các lấc cộng trừ đấy. Thì các bạn cũng phải làm sao để cho nó phù hợp. Hoặc bây giờ các cái xe tự động bây giờ thì nó thông minh hơn. Khi các bạn cứ đệm ga theo nhịp thì nó cũng tự nhiên nó tăng số này. Nên là nó thông minh hơn. Còn nó xe số sàn này các bạn, số và tốc độ nó phù hợp với nhau. Số thấp thì đi với tốc độ thấp, mà số cao đi với tốc độ cao. Đây mình cứ bám vào cái ví dụ cái làn giữa này, vạch kẻ đường đây, mình cứ bám vào làn giữa là cách tầm 20 phân. Không sẽ xe ngược chiều đi qua mình kệ. Trừ những trường hợp cần thiết và nguy hiểm và ví dụ nó mất phanh hay là nó đang ăn vào đường, nó đang vượt xe khác mà nó không nhìn, nó tầm nhìn nó không nhìn thấy mình mà nó vẫn cố vượt thì mình hơi dạt về bên phải để mình tránh nó. Còn đâu thì thông thường là khi các xe mà nó đã đi thì nó sẽ bám đường nó đi. Bởi vì là có nhiều những xe đi đổ đèo ở trên đổ đèo Sapa chẳng hạn, mà đi xe mà nhiều khi còn không nhìn được xe ở bên xe ngược chiều đi là xe gì nữa. Bởi vì mình phải bám đường nó bé và nó có độ dốc, độ cua, độ dốc, mà đường nó bé mà đi mình phải bám đường mình đi. Đây khi có xe tải cứ kệ nó, mình cứ bám đường mình đi, nó biết nó chui vào làn của nó, chứ không có gì mà mình cứ phải start thẳng sang bên phải. Bởi vì là khi mà đường này á thì nó như hai đường, như nó có như này, tuy nhiên là cái làn mình đang đi này thì xe máy nó cũng đang đi, mà bây giờ mình đi đánh lái và sang bên xe máy kia thì xe máy nó không có nối nó đi, nó ức chế, nhiều khi nó tạt đầu mình để nó đấm mình á. Thật rất nhiều cái trường hợp là xe máy nó không hiểu được là ô tô một là điều khiển rất khó, không phải khó nhưng mà nó cũng khó căn đường. Cái đấy là cái điều kể lái xe kinh nghiệm lâu năm nhiều khi căn đường vẫn còn chưa chuẩn. Thế nên là thực ra lái ô tô nhiều người ta chưa học, người ta chưa hiểu, người ta thấy nó đơn giản. Tại sao đơn giản thế mà tại sao mà mình cứ đi hết làn đường của người ta hoặc là mình đâm vào người ta nên người ta rất khó chịu. Nhưng mà những người nào người ta đã học lái xe rồi thì người ta sẽ hiểu được là lái xe nó cũng rất là phải tập trung mà cũng rất là khó, không đơn giản như người ta nghĩ. Đây tôi đi cái số và tốc độ phù hợp với nhau. Khi có xe ngược chiều đến thì mình cứ kệ thôi. Bởi vì nó đang, trừ khi là nó đang xin đường nó vượt thôi, còn không là nó cũng bám vào làn đường nó đi. Và cái này là cái nguyên tắc khi mà công an người ta xem, người ta cũng sẽ biết được là cái người nào là người ta có kinh nghiệm về lái xe và người nào không. Bởi vì là người mà có kinh nghiệm người ta sẽ bám đường người ta đi. Còn đâu người mới thì người ta sẽ rất sợ khi mà ngược chiều đến mà lại sát, người ta sẽ đánh lái sang bên phải để tránh hoặc là để làm sao giãn thật xa ra. Nhưng mà không nên như thế các bạn ạ. Chuyển làn hay mình bắt đầu mình sang một cái đường mới mà mình chuyển làn, cứ chuyển làn là mình phải xi nhan. Ví dụ đây mình đang chuẩn bị chuyển làn, xi nhan trước 30 m. Thì đây là nguyên tắc, không xi nhan chậm là cũng bị phạt đấy. Khi ví dụ đến đường đông dân cư thì các bạn lên đi tốc độ dưới 40 thì các bạn đệm phanh, già phanh các bạn về số 3, đi chậm hơn một chút. Bởi vì những đường đông dân cư với đường chỗ này trước chợ này thì các bạn không nên đi nhanh làm gì. Các bạn phải tập trung quan sát, bởi vì là đi ô tô là rất phải tập trung. Lơ là một tí thôi là va chạm ngay. vận chuyển làn này bắt buộc phải xi nhan. Và phải xi nhan trước nhá. Ô tô là nó bắt phải xi nhan trước 30 mét đấy. Chứ không phải là các bạn đến nơi các bạn sẽ xi nhan đâu. Đến nơi xi nhan là bị phạt. Ở đây mình muốn xi nhan, mình muốn rẽ phải mình phải xi nhan trước. Xe nó lại không đi. Thì mình đi thì mình phải bám đường mình đi. Và khi mà đường mà nó hẹp á, mà chỉ đủ, mà chỉ hơi thừa một cái xe của mình á, thì mình làm sao mình cứ bám hết một bên. Nguyên tắc á, là khi mà đi xe mà vào những nơi đường hẹp á, thì các bạn mà đường hẹp mà chỉ đủ xe hoặc là nó thừa xe một chút thôi, thì các bạn bám hết một bên đi, thì bên kia nó mặc định nó sẽ thừa ra để cho xe nó vừa đi qua. Các bạn không đi xe, các bạn không thể căn được hai bên được. Căn hai bên cũng căn được, nhưng mà mình thông thường thì mình sẽ căn một bên thôi. Cứ ví dụ là cái đường hẹp, ví dụ hai xe để hai bên đường, mình cứ căn bên này xong mình căn bên này để mình làm sao cho nó lách cả hai xe, thì có thể là sẽ dính, sẽ không qua được. Tuy nhiên là khi các bạn cảm thấy là các bạn nhìn mà các bạn thấy là hai cái xe, ví dụ hai xe ở trước mặt này, ở cái chỗ trống ở giữa này vẫn nó đủ chỗ, hoặc là nó có thừa một chút cho xe mình đi qua, thì các bạn căn làm sao căn đường các bạn chỉ căn một bên thôi. Ví dụ thông thường là căn cái bên mình ngồi này, cái thông thường căn cái bên mình ngồi này. Nếu mà bên mình ngồi này mà các bạn đi thật sát vào thì thì mặc định bên kia nó sẽ thừa ra để cho các bạn mà lách qua thôi, chứ các bạn không lên căn hai bên. Đường hẹp mà nó chỉ vừa một xe hoặc là nó rộng hơn một chút thôi thì các bạn cứ căn một bên thôi. Thông thường là căn cái bên mình ngồi này thì là cũng sẽ chui qua rất là đơn giản. Chứ các bạn khi các bạn căn nhìn bên này rồi thì xong rồi các bạn lại căn bên kia, xong rồi các bạn lại giãn ra một tí, đánh ra một tí, đánh vào một tí là không chừng là có thể là không qua được. Nhưng mà các bạn chỉ căn một bên thôi, thông thường là thế. Cái bên kia, cái bên tay phải là nhiều khi các bạn va chạm quẹt nhẹ các bạn không biết. Tuy nhiên là cái bên này á, mà các bạn chỉ va chạm vào các bạn quẹt một cái là các bạn biết ngay, bởi vì là bên tay lái này, bên gần đây là các bạn cảm nhận được rõ nhất. Các bạn cứ đi bình thường. Ví dụ khi các bạn muốn dừng thì các bạn đã bắt đầu xi nhan trước đã, để cho báo hiệu cho xe đằng sau đó. Ví dụ đây là không có xe đằng sau thì không nói, nhưng mà khi mà các bạn đi báo hiệu cho xe đằng sau biết là ta muốn dừng lại, ta muốn đỗ. Và các bạn ví dụ các bạn tốc độ nhanh thì các bạn già phanh, rồi các bạn đạp côn để xe không bị chết máy là các bạn. Còn nếu mà cái này thì tùy vào là cái xe số sàn này thì các bạn tùy xem là tốc độ nào. Tốc độ thấp dưới 25 km/h thì các bạn có thể là đạp côn trước và thắng sau, đạp côn trước và phanh sau đấy. Còn là các...
Don't worry, my dear. Stay calm.
I'm guessing this is your show.
You've heard of the Reaper, yes? That would be me.
Lowbro has mentioned you before.
Precisely why I left the old fool alive. See, when clearing the playing field of competitors, it helps if my reputation precedes me. Now, be a sport and lower that gun, won't you? Or shall I ventilate your friend?
How is he obscuring his presence?
Her neck's been fitted with explosives. Same goes for the children. I give the high sign, they detonate.
You suppose if my students are threatened, I'll agree to die quietly. Is that it?
Well, I am curious.
No one else is around. So, if I'm mindful of his gun... die. Like tentacles! He's fast enough to see them!
That was disappointingly quick. Didn't even get to liquidate a hostage. Oh well. Let's go say a fond farewell. Miss Irina.
Koro-sensei?
Hello, class. I trust you're all unhurt? No offense, sir, but I can't believe he caught you.
The bars are forged of anti-me material, I see. Tricky stuff to work around, to be sure, but you'll be thrilled to know my body has at last overcome it.
Wait, are you serious?
Behold, boys and girls, my top secret weapon, the tongue! Coated by protected digestive juices, I'll have these bars worn down to nothing in 2 days.
We don't have that kind of time! Excuse me. Not to interrupt, but if you want their neck braces to explode, by all means, keep licking.
What? Seriously?
Okay, let's get on with it. This room? It's about to be flooded. We are in a drainage canal. When I send the signal to the control room above, water will come gushing in at 200 psi per second. And these bars will essentially become a giant noodle press.
Hold on. You're not going to do that with the kids still in there.
Of course I am. It's too late to wait.
Irina, you knew this would happen, didn't you?
I'm sorry. Results are the only priority here. You wanted professionalism.
I realize my method seems a bit harsh. Would you prefer it if I let the best chance of saving the world slip through our fingers?
Sir, what if a situation comes up where killing him means sacrificing the children? Do we have a specific policy on that?
It's probably best if we take that on a case-by-case basis. Odds are it'll come down to that at some point before this is all over, so I'm certain you'll be able to make the right call on our behalf.
Here we are. And in effect, it's my call. Save the kids, or save the world. Here's the government's official stance. Saving the world isn't worth the lives of 27 children. If these kids are no more than so much collateral damage, I'm going to shut you down.
You tell him, Mr. K. He's so cool.
FYI, Irina. A true professional gives a damn about the bigger picture.
If I spend much more time dealing with this nuisance, my plan will fall apart. Very well.
Like hell. Mr. Karasima, turn on your transceiver!
Moron. Him and his ethics. Karasima may stand apart from the herd, but the Reaper goes further. Exhibit A. He trapped the octopus.
Please, Professor Bitch.
Irina, I need you. I've set a booby trap. While Karasima's trying to disarm it, shoot him in the back. Thanks.
Understood.
Something's not right about this door. Probably a trap. I don't have time for this. I'll open it and take a chance.
Does that do the trick? Well, at the very least, it slowed him down.
Huh. A little more umph to that than I expected.
You have an excellent nose for this sort of work. Clearly, I underestimated you.
This place is like a trade fair for booby traps. I'm impressed.
And the more skills you pick up, the more you want to use. It's second nature for an assassin to revel in his bag of tricks. Mind your aim, Irina.
Oh, don't worry. My next shot'll definitely land.
You're going to die. You know it.
Believe me, I'm more than prepared. I don't expect you to understand that, but some people can relate. The Reaper and I are cut from the same cloth.
She's right. Do you know what I was before I was called to this work? A scared kid living moment to moment in a war zone where every second, every breath promised to be my last. A place that taught me you can only rely on three things: skill, money, and death. Irina and I know what it is to be nurtured on blood and darkness. Shame you're not in a position to chase me. Full disclosure, I only enlisted your associate as a decoy.
Irina.
Oh, well, see you at the grand finale.
No! Mr. Karasuma! Come in, Karasuma! Are you okay?
What's wrong?
Oh, thank goodness. I finally got through. We heard an explosion. Are you hurt?
I'm all right, but I'm afraid Irina's trapped under the rubble. I don't have time to dig her out. The Reaper's getting away.
Wait! You have to do something! You can't just leave her!
Kurashi. Look, the woman took her chances when she partnered with that psychopath. Being a pro means assuming a level of risk. That's part of the job.
What does that have to do with being pro? I know I'm only a kid, but still. Poor Professor Bitch. She's barely even 21. And childhood was a total nightmare for her. If life's a puzzle, Miss Irina didn't get all the pieces. Who can say what she'd be now if she had, you know? Please, sir, don't leave her behind. I'm begging you.
You forgive us when we screw up, right? What's the difference with her?
The village has been wiped out. This one escaped and killed a militia member in the process. What do you think, my dear?
Good eyes. You have one decision, child. Follow our blood-stained path into life of an assassin, and the horrors you've witnessed so far will become routine. You're free to seek peace, of course, but you'll be hounded by nightmares all your life. Only by embracing them can the horrors be tamed. A cruel choice for a child to make. We will find a refugee camp. There's no turning back.
There you have it. All my life I waded through a cold sea of blood. Death by betrayal is a fitting end. I'm just glad it's all over. If I'd held out much longer, I might have remembered what the sun felt like.
Well, don't just lie there, damn it. I can't hold this much longer.
What in the... You've all escaped? No matter. Killing a few ought to rein them in a bit. They took them off? They're good.
Those collars were crap. All his RC can do is detonate and unlock. And if it'd been up to me, I'd have made it so the bombs go off when the person tries to get out of them. It's just bad design.
This really sucks.
I'm impressed by the design for these new outfits, though. They're so lightweight. Good thing the security camera has a blind spot. He couldn't see us making the camouflage.
Excellent job on the shading, Sugiya.
Hey, no problem. My paint worked great on this fabric. Do I have an eye for color matching or what?
Fantastic. The RC Creeper Squad is never gonna let us hear the end of this.
So, what about Koro-sensei? He comes with his own built-in camouflage.
Meaning he's essentially buck naked right now.
Now I'm ruined for marriage.
Stop blushing. You'll see.
Your left arm's probably fractured. Anywhere else you feel pain or discomfort? Huh. Hey, you're bleeding.
I'm fine. Seeing you shirtless just has me hot and bothered, that's all.
I was worried there might be some head trauma. It's good to know this is status quo for you. He's back. The kids figured he would be. Listen to me. E-Class is a far cry from the world you grew up in. But what the hell? I'll just come right out and say it. Our world really needs you.
Irina, where's Karasuma?
No idea. He was already gone when I came to. Pretty underhanded stunt, by the way. Did you have to try and kill me, too?
Sorry, couldn't be helped. My hands were tied. Can't make an omelet and all that. There may be honor among thieves, but assassins traffic in deception.
What do I care? Who am I to talk? I'm just a bitch who switches from one man to another.
You're out of your mind.
You know, of
this Reaper guy all he's cracked up to be, or what?
What was that splash just now?
Don't get me wrong, your skills are on point. You just don't have any in-game strategy, huh?
You've certainly dressed me down.
What the?
Faces are a handicap in this business. It's much easier to customize disguises without one. Yours will make a delightfully rugged addition to my wardrobe.
What's going on down there?
The Reaper has a knife. No, wait, it's a wire. He tried to strangle Miss Karasma. Oh, wow. Karasma parries the thing, and the Reaper stops him, but then Karasma comes in, and oh, wow. This is so wow. What a stupendous fight.
We can't understand what you're saying.
Stupendous!
Explain it so we can visualize.
I shouldn't have pulled him into close quarters combat. I should have figured he was hiding something. Can't let this drag out any longer.
I feel I should tell you, Mr. Karasma. I might have overstated the tragic circumstances of my childhood. As a matter of fact, I might have made the entire thing up.
You bastard.
When I was just a boy, an assassin killed my father. I wasn't particularly torn up about it. However, seeing the way his killer moved, so swift, so sure, it did give me something to think about. I said to myself, what beautiful skill! I was captivated. In that moment, I knew assassination is high art. And the culmination of that art? Let me show you. The Reaper's hidden scythe. A simple 10 caliber, nothing fancy. But its minuscule bullets pass easily through muscle and bone to pierce the aorta. Every heartbeat widens the hole just a tiny little bit until... Well, I'm sure you get the idea. A fine composite art, you'll agree. That's the province of a Reaper. What? This is...
Thought there'd be a good opening if I timed it just right. Nice to see the Reaper has the same weak spots as everybody else.
Is tentacle? Seriously?
I could chip at least one through without injury if I'm careful.
You faced me out with tomato juice?
Sorry, friend. You screwed up. Messing with my students and my colleague was a bad idea.
Wait! Who else could conceivably kill him if not me?
You'd be surprised what a classroom full of motivated kids can accomplish. I think it's about time for you to quit the killing game. But hey, with all those skills, they'll love you at the unemployment office. The man had skills, make no mistake. But he just put too much stock in them.
The man who set him on this path was a first-rate fool. His talents might have served him just as well on the straight and narrow.
I suppose it all boils down to the world we know, how it shapes the value of it on life.
Yes, well said. Wouldn't you agree, Miss Irina?
Go on and do your worst. Think I'm not ready? You little punk bastards are one rung below animals anyway. The boys penned up, the girls all insanely jealous. Now's your chance to set all those emotions off like sexual fireworks.
Did you ever listen to what you're saying?
Just shut up and come back to school tomorrow like always. No more taking off for days at a time.
And besides, you never finished that story. Conning Arabian royalty, remember? You had the region on the brink of war.
If you don't come back, you can kiss your copy of that French manga you let me goodbye. Boys over flowers? Okay, just to be clear, you do realize I was going to kill you all.
I don't see the problem.
Huh?
A fair amount of treachery is to be expected. These things come with the territory, do they not?
I mean, come on. If we can't handle a foul-tempered, backstabbing bitch, we really wouldn't have a lot of room to say we're cut out to be assassins.
They're right, you know. For you, and before you ask, nobody put me up to this. Consider it taken from a vanquished enemy in your honor. Happy birthday. Sorry if I'm a little late.
He just shoved it in my face like a barbarian. And it's not even a proper bouquet. Unfriggin' believable. I should give the man a piece of my mind. Yeah, I'll tell him off. It's lovely. I do believe we have some potential, guys.
No fair! I already caught dibs on him!
Oh, sweetheart.
Mr. Karasima, a word before this situation takes a turn for the racy.
Trust me, it won't. What do you want?
Today was almost tragic. I don't want the children embroiled in something like this again. I must insist on an environment where they can kill safely, immune to the intrigues of madmen like the Reaper.
Right there with you.
Should any student become collateral damage in the course of an assassination plot, the bounty will be null and void. Safe to say you've taken a liking to these children, Mr. Karasima?
They have the right to a reasonable expectation of safety, don't you think, sir?
Fine. Condition accepted. In any event, we're no longer seeking out freelance help in these matters. Too dangerous. The time's come for us to move forward with the final assassination project.
When you get right down to it, I have no clue where this class is headed.
A bureaucrat, eh? Interesting choice. If I may say so, administrative duties seem rather, restrained for someone of your temperament?
Well, remember the last quake? How the politicians were completely useless?
I won't disagree with you on that.
The country should have been paralyzed, but it wasn't. Everything kept functioning. And who do we have to thank? Behind every talking head at a podium is some bureaucrat pulling strings. That's what real power's all about. Does that make sense?
You know, I take it back. That's a good fit for you.
Take my advice, Taraska. Don't be a politician. Huh? I mean, sure, people love seeing a big-mouthed, impulsive idiot on the ballot, don't get me wrong. It's just that making you a puppet would be way too easy.
You're delusional, man, like I'd be somebody's puppet. Who the hell said I want to be a politician?
Nakamura, you aspire to be a diplomat? Oh, to aim so far above one's modest beginnings.
You don't have to put it like that, sir. Believe it or not, back in primary school, they said I was a certifiable genius. In first grade, I actually tested at a 6th grade level. I always placed in the top of my class. The thing is, it really sucked. I just wanted to be normal. Not caring about grades, goofing off with your friends. That's normal. So when I made it to Kanugi Galka, I played dumb. After a while, it wasn't an act. Then I saw how disappointed my parents were, and the importance of what I'd thrown away really hit me. I still wanted to joke around, but I knew I needed to apply myself too. This class is the best of both worlds. What I mean is, thank you. To look at them, you wouldn't believe anyone's thinking all that hard. But they are.
Uh-oh, Miss Irina's top. The tag's still on.
She's not used to buying stuff off the rack.
You think maybe we should tell her?
I'll take care of it.
Believe me, I earned that car. Putting the moves on the CEO of a tech company is challenging, to say the least. Asuma had forbidden me to drive the damn thing here. He says I won it by defrauding a man.
And I hate fun. Okie dokie, last but not least. So, have you decided on a prospective career, Nagisa, my boy?
Sir, I think I have a talent for killing people. I'm pretty sure I could get to where I do what the Reaper does. We all know I don't have any other strengths. So I mean, what else can I reasonably shoot for, right? Koro-sensei, should I become an assassin? Please, sir. What path should I follow? 'Cause I don't know.
You're a sensible young man, Nagisa, and a good student. I'm sure you would have weighed the risk of becoming an assassin before coming to me with this. For the record, you have a gift for the work. No one who's seen you in action could doubt that. Whether facing an otherworldly monster, an unhinged teacher, or an evil genius, you prevail. Your attacks are thought out, well-timed, and without fear. All indispensable qualities for a master killer. That said, of course, while you are courageous, there's a tinge of desperation. You never give your safety or dignity a second thought. You strike without fear because you feel you have nothing to lose. To what end should your talents be put to use? More importantly, for whom? Re-examine those questions more closely. We'll talk again after you've done a bit more soul-searching. I give you my word, if you still wish to be an assassin, I'll support that decision wholeheartedly.
Whoa, you beat it? Even the secret boss?
Not my first time. I had to play it twice before I got enough experience.
Oh, I see.
I'll start over.
Cool. I'm home.
Welcome back, Nagisa. Have a seat, please.
Sure, Mom. What's up?
Not your grades, certainly. 54th on midterms? The cutoff for being permitted back onto the regular campus is 50th place. I'm disappointed, but don't lose hope. Tanaka's older brother was 160th. Of course, this was 3 years ago now, but he managed to bounce back. The school made an exception for him on account of his family's rather generous donation. The same gesture should work for us. Whatever gets you out of that dreadful E class, the sooner the better. I'll be scheduling an appointment with Mr. Ono of D class very soon, and I expect you to come with me.
No, wait! You can't! Please, you gotta let me stay where I am for right now. I know you don't like it, but honestly, I'm bringing my grades up, and it's a lot of fun. Look, I'll go to whatever college you want, I swear, but for junior high, I really... Uh-oh. She's in one of her moods. Not good. Here it comes.
Shut the filthy, ungrateful mouth! I did not raise my son to be impressed, but you understand me! You will live the rest of your life in the shadow of failure! You have no idea what it's like! I worked enslaved to spare you the fate of your poor mother, and this is the thanks I get! Do you think money grows on trees? You think I just pulled this donation out of thin air? What good news for you? I put myself through hell to secure your future! Who do you think you are?
There's no talking to her when she's like this. It's my fault for not bringing this up when she was in a better mood. I'm sorry, Mom. I was being selfish. I wasn't thinking. Dad doesn't have the stomach for confrontation. This is why you walked out on us.
Now then, you listen to me. You're a child. You have no earthly idea how to make your way through life. But Mother knows all the twists and turns. I won't let you end up like your father and I. See, I have it all planned out. Just trust me. The long-term goal is to get you into Keisetsu University.
One of the top schools in the country. Mom didn't make the cut.
It's a great alma mater. Big companies take notice. In the real world, it's not what you know, it's who you know. School ties are everything. A Keisetsu graduate could even have a shot at working for an elite corporation like Hishimaru.
They're a famous company. You didn't hire her.
Job? Have I ever told you how badly I wanted a little girl?
Only about 1 million times.
Your grandparents discouraged me from being too feminine. It was always studying and hard work. That's why Hishimaru didn't want me. They're all about looks. I promised myself if I had a daughter, she'd get to wear all the frilly things I was never allowed to. See how nice this looks with your beautiful long hair?
Yeah, looks great. Except I'm a boy. It's showing how determined she is. I don't think I'll ever be able to get out from under her. Koro-sensei saw right through me. I'm not and never will be the hero of my own life. Not even close. It's her RPG. I'm just her new playthrough.
Oh, and by the way, just so you know, I'll be dropping by the school tomorrow to meet with your teacher for a transfer.
Huh? That's a little out of the blue, Mom. I think you might be busy.
It's for the best, Nagisa dear. Now, if I were you, I'd say goodbye to my E-class friends.
She's gone dark again. Nothing I say will make any difference.
I see. Your mother seems to be rather single-minded.
Yeah, I know. What do I do now? She won't listen to a word I say. Mr. Karasuma's out of town on business. I can't ask one of his subordinates to meet with her on his behalf. I can't. I'm not ready to leave E-class yet.
Now, don't you worry about a thing. I'm a super being capable of destroying the planet after all. A simple parent-teacher meeting should be a walk in a park.
I'm not so sure about that.
Wow, seriously, your mom? She's one tough cookie.
Koro-sensei seems pretty sure he can handle her, but...
I see no reason I couldn't play your teacher.
Problem is, officially it's Mr. Karasuma. His name's on file. If our parents talk to each other, it won't add up.
Yeah, good call.
There's a simple solution. Yours truly becomes Tadaomi Karasuma.
Koro-sensei.
Ha! Why no? I'm Karasuma.
Worst cosplay ever!
You draw lines on your face with a marker?
It's a furrowed brow to accentuate his bleak worldview.
Details!
Why do your arms look like summer sausages?
These are Karasuma's bulging muscles.
You look ridiculous!
All I can do at this point is pray. With any luck, Mom will fall through the charade. Please just let me stay in E-class.
That's Nagisa's mom? She's a knockout.
More like she'll knock you out.
It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm Ms. Shiota, Nagisa's mother.
Yes, yes, please have a seat. Good to see you. Trekking up the mountain is quite a journey. You must be tired. Might I offer you a refreshing beverage?
I guess it's kinda convincing.
If I may say so, madam, you're quite stunning. I see where Nagisa gets his looks.
Why, thank you. You know, if only this one had been born a girl, I'd have groomed her to be my ideal.
Not quite sure I'm following.
Well, you see, I wasn't allowed to wear my hair long, and a girl is ever so much prettier with flowing locks. Oh, Nagisa, what I wouldn't give to have had such lovely full-bodied hair. I was so mad when he started tying it back for school this year. But it looked so good, I just had to let it slide, as long as he wouldn't cut it off. But we're here to discuss his future. We can't afford to discourage them at this age. They're far too impressionable in my experience. You're familiar with KU. They've accepted several graduates from Kanukigaoka High School. I'd very much like Nagisa to go one day, but being so far off track in junior high will hurt his chances. So I've come here, with all due respect, to talk about what we can do to get him out of E-class.
And I trust you spoke with Nagisa on the matter.
Oh, he's too young to understand what's at stake, believe me. And at any rate, it's my job as a parent to steer him clear of the mistakes I made at his age.
Mom, I don't...
Hush up now, sweetheart. The adults are talking.
Yes, well, I believe I'm starting to get a clearer picture of how Nagisa became the person he is today. Yes, indeed, I, Tadaomi Karasuma, wear a toupee! High schools, colleges, and hairstyles, ma'am, forgive me for saying so, are decidedly not a parent's prerogative. I'm sorry. Nagisa must be permitted to live his own life. You'll get nowhere foisting your complexes onto him. Miss Shiota, let me be perfectly clear. Unless Nagisa so desires, he will not be allowed to leave E-class.
What the hell is your problem? Since when does a teacher talk like that to a parent? How dare you? Forcing my complexes onto him, and you think I'll sit by while being lectured to on parents?
Holy crap! That's one seriously pissed off lady right there!
Of course, that explains your attitude at home lately. This bald idiot's been giving you ideas. Well, watch this! When I'm done with you, your eyes will be wide open!
Koro-sensei?
That was a bit more tactless than I planned. Still, though, there's a lesson to be learned here. You need to communicate your intentions more clearly from now on. Speak your mind.
It's not that easy. Mom won't listen to anything I say. She only sees me as a second placer.
It's not as though you're powerless. If assassination is your forte, what can't you do? The first round of your own RPG started here in this classroom. Remember that.
My first round. Looks great, thanks.
Sorry for earlier, darling. I ought not to have blown up at your teacher like that. It's just that I'm so invested. Yeah. Well, anyway, I've been doing quite a bit of thinking today. And I've decided I simply will not have someone who thinks they know better than me interfering with my life, period. All obstacles must be removed. It's time I gave you a new outlook on life. Nagisa.
What the... Mom?
This is where it all started going downhill, when you started disobeying me. This place turned you into a monster. Burn it to the ground, with your own hands. Get your life back on track.
Mom, please, what are you doing? Calm down.
Mother knows best, honey. Listen to me. Burn it down, and the guilt will keep you from being able to face any of these people again. Plus, with the building gone, the main campus will have no choice but to take you back in. Yes.
No, I don't want to!
I brought you into this world, Nagisa! I scraped to send you to cram school, then private school! You have no idea what it cost me! I do everything for you! Every night dinner's on the table, no matter how exhausted I am from work. Does E-class do that for you? I made you who you are! You owe me! You will do what I tell you!
She's wrong.
She's right. How do I tell her? What do I say?
You need to communicate your intentions more clearly from now on. Speak your mind.
Mom, listen.
How about you quit shrieking, you old bag? Sit back and enjoy the show like a good girl.
That bloodlust. Get out of my way.
Actually, it's you who's in my way. It's Wednesday night. He comes here to watch his favorite TV shows on the autonomous artillery. He'll shoot through here at the speed of sound. And when he does, I'll split his head open with my whip and kill him.
Kill? Oh dear, I have to call the police.
Wouldn't do that if I were you. The bounty's void if I killed the kid. But nothing in the rules says I can't take out a whiny old hag.
Okay, she's afraid, which probably means the assassin has scarred her. Mom, I've spent my whole life learning how to read you. It's given me a very specific set of skills. Maybe not the ones you'd prefer me to have, but they come in very handy, especially in E-class.
The first round of your own RPG started here in this classroom. Remember that.
Mom, believe it or not, I'm giving this class everything I've got. Before I graduate, I'll get results. And when I do, I'm cutting my hair and paying back every scrap you've spent on me. If you can't find it in your heart to forgive me,
What's this?
then I'll graduate again. From you. Mom, I'm grateful that you had me. Grateful that you raised me. It may be asking a lot, but if you can just be happy that you have a child that, all things considered, turned out relatively okay, that's all I need to be happy.
Who are you, Nagisa? What in the world have you done?
Certain unsavory types have made this their after-hours hangout. I recommend you give the area wide berth at night.
Koro-sensei.
Just for the record, you vowed to kill me before March. No takesies backsies.
You heard all that, huh?
Now then, ma'am, Nagisa has quite a bit of growing left to do, I agree. What he needs more than anything is a loving mother. Don't take his stubbornness so personally. Every little birdie needs to leave the nest at some point. That's the way of things.
My baby is pulling away. He's leaving me.
Oh, no!
It's all right. The adrenaline rush just got the best of her. Why don't I take the two of you back to her car? I'll drive you home. So tell me, Nagisa, if you did manage to assassinate me, would you marshal your talent toward becoming a full-fledged professional?
Good question. I don't know. Probably not. I mean, when we're talking about talent, it's not like it's only for one thing or the other. I'd be good at killing, but I'd be good at protecting people too. But definitely not by being an assassin. Way too dangerous for me. I'd rather find a career that wouldn't worry my folks.
No rush. You have plenty of time. And keep in mind, with your parents, communication is key.
Right.
Come on, there's no cross-traffic. How long does it take to get a green light?
And what's all this?
I'm making breakfast from now on. So, you can take it easy in the mornings now. I'll start taking out the trash, too. And hey, I promise to get into a high school every bit as good as Kunigagaoka. Just please, Mom, let me stay and eat.
If that's what you want, fine. I really couldn't care less.
I'm an assassin.
Wow, the main campus is really going nuts over this year's festival, huh?
The hype is insane. Probably because they think we're up to something.
Word is Asano made a deal with some big restaurant chain.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't put it past the guy.
Then we will go for the jugular. Figuratively, of course. This competition will be decided by skills not assassination-related.
I really don't want to lose to the A-class jerkwads. But what are we supposed to do?
Asano has the right idea. This is all about providing something unique. Give people a bargain and you'll draw them in, even on a shoestring budget.
Sounds nice, but how are we going to do that?
Calm down, children. The answers are all around you. E-Class can give customers a one-of-a-kind bargain. On this, baby! And this! And
customers where they least expect. What a cool idea, an assassination restaurant.
In a matter of speaking, yes. Now brandish these secret blades like you're going in for the kill!
Don't miss out! Genuine acorn noodles made from genuine acorns! The brand new taste sensation straight from the mountain's natural goodness to your mouth. Upperclassmen, you know value for money when you see it, but you've never had anything like this.
Yeah? Can it seriously be all that?
Oh, yes. Come experience the fresh pick taste.
Hey, cool place you got here.
The high school thugs from our class trip! What the hell are you doing here?
Hey, guys. Come to kidnap another girl? Yeah, 'cause I'm an idiot. You think I want your freak show of a teacher on my back? No thanks. Of course, I don't gotta get physical to wreck your day. Not at all. I could just start telling everybody your food tastes like crap. Maybe write a bad review online. Come on, bring out the grub, son.
Our signature dish, acorn noodles.
Oh, this looks great. Hey, Ryuki, would it be okay if I get them all wrong?
Dude, I gotta try the smoked fish. Pretty please.
Knock it off! Your stupid is showing. One bite, no puke. Only a junior high kid would cook this up. It's delicious!
Originally, we were going to do a more impressive reaction shot, but sadly, there's already another cooking anime that's called Dibs on that.
Do what?
Not bad, right? I spent like a solid week researching and refining the recipe. The noodles are made from acorns, thickened with grated yam. The flavor was super earthy, though, so I went with a rich dipping broth. Turned out to be the perfect balance. It was hard work, let me tell ya. But the end product is tonkotsu soy sauce acorn noodles fit for a king.
No kidding. I ain't never tasted nothing like it.
For Muramatsu, it's kind of a miracle. Well, so much for blandness being a selling point.
Hey! Eat's enough! Shut up and get back to work!
Oh, this stuff is the bomb. We should try everything.
Let's do the Slender Caesar mushroom next.
You're supposed to say it tastes like crap, dumbasses.
Oh, dear. Oh, you boys don't like any of the food my students have prepared for you?
What a party! Now it's amazing!
Really? Then might I recommend the persimmon loquat gelatin? The texture is as soft as my skin.
Yes, ma'am!
And why stop there? Try the whole menu. It would make me so very happy.
I need more cash.
There's an ATM at the station. You can pull out all the cash you need.
I'll be right back!
Okay, I'll be waiting.
Not ideal, but I guess it's a start.
Yada's at the bottom of the mountain drawing in customers, and Professor Bitch is at the top. That's a sharp combo right there.
With Sugiya's beautiful signage, Okajima's superb food photography, Hazama's mouth-watering menu descriptions, and Mimura's sleek website design, we have everything we need to pique our customers' interest. Remember, it's only day one. The battle is just getting started.
If my recon is correct, A-class is better at pulling in customers.
Welcome to our school festival debut! Oh, hey, Asuna!
Hello, glad you could come. Now you ladies enjoy yourselves. We have events every hour on the hour. My idol singer friends and some comedians I know are performing for free. The cover charge includes unlimited food and drinks. When whatever's playing on one side of the stage ends, the next show begins immediately on the flip side. The entrance fee is only good for half the performance space, so people will keep going around, shelling out their hard-earned cash for each new act. Before long, their stomachs will be full, and E-class high and dry. All right, gentlemen, let's do this. I'll start hammering out a few power riffs. You guys get ready.
No, seriously, is there anything he can't do?
I know. To be honest, it's rather disgusting how good he is. He's good, but remember, he's not infallible. Well, he sure isn't going to lose to E-Class, I guarantee you that.
That'd be a nice change of pace. I'm sick of seeing our leader get his butt kicked by those friggin' nobodies.
He's not the only chosen one in the school. I mean, after all, we learned our instruments between study sessions, too. What do you say we get out there and back him up?
Yeah!
This place.
There you are, Nagisa! Look who I've got in tow!
Hey, Sakura! You brought Mr. Matsukata in the game.
Oh, that's sweet, Nagisa. You kept in touch.
Yeah, I help her study sometimes.
I had to show up. When your personal tutor asks you to try out their restaurant, you really don't have a choice.
Good business strategy. With this bunch, we'll make bank on volume alone.
Sorry we don't have deeper pockets, but we're here. Oh my, now this is superb.
Something so tasty is bound to sell out before long.
It's been kind of a struggle, actually. Cooking it is one thing. Getting the word out there is another.
Really? I wouldn't worry too much, though. You guys have, like, this mysterious power, you know?
Of course. Keep doing what you do and word will get out. Let your customer base find you.
Thanks again!
Come along now, Sakura.
Huh. Keep doing what we do and word will get out. It'd be great if people started talking. We just have to be patient.
I'm just gonna come out and say it. I, heard all about your mom. And why your hair's long. I'm sorry I teased you so much. Honestly, I never meant to hurt your feelings, Nagisa.
No. We're all good. I can take a little ribbing from you and Karma. It's no big deal.
Oh, good. But I'll go a little easier on you from here on out.
What's up?
Oh, crap. I know that voice.
Nagisa! Long time no see.
No, not you, G!
You know him? Wait, that guy from summer vacation. The one who thought you were chicken totally had a thing for you.
How do you find out where he went to school?
It was easy. I just looked up the island's guest registry. I've kind of been stalking you online, and I saw the Big Autumn Festival.
Okay.
Hey, Nakamura! What the? Stop!
Okay, I promise, this is the last time for real.
We just had a conversation about this!
The kid is loaded, isn't he? So come on, don't be shy. We have to raise our customer average any way we can. Take one for the team, Nagisa. Like it or not, the fate of this enterprise rests on your skills as a...
Man, did I pick the right time to come or what? Pretty lucky I got you as a waitress, huh? Yeah, great spot, too. Thanks for bringing me here. I'm loving the privacy.
And I'm loving the fact that no one else can see us. Huh? Cue cards? Really? So, you know what I want? I want you to eat all of my favorites.
Sure thing, babe. Just ask and I'll get everything on the menu.
This idiot's a total gold mine. And a big eater. Rake in the cash, Nagisa.
Did I tell you I stopped smoking those sketchy cigarettes? You were so worried about me. It got me thinking.
Here we go.
Ooh, this looks amazing. Let me get a pic.
I feel bad about it, but if I don't keep it up, things will get more awkward than they already are.
Okay, that is definitely crossing a line.
Hey! Brought you a gift, Kurasuma. The colors up here are breathtaking.
I heard some rumors that the Reaper took you out.
He tried. It was rough there for a while. But hey, I ain't no spring chicken.
I'm gonna need you to conceal that gun.
Who the heck is that? Is he packing? Want me to call the police?
Whoa! It's okay, we know this guy. He's Mr. Yoshioka from the local hunt club.
Yoshioka? What kind of name is that for a foreigner?
Oh, he changed his name. Big anime fan.
Oh, guess that makes sense. Well, enough about this Yoshioka dude or whatever. Nagisa, can I, ask you what you think?
Lobro.
The octopus extended invitation.
Yes, of course. I'm just glad to see you're still alive. Your protege's been worried. You should talk to her.
Indeed.
What's with the creepy old dude? He step out of a horror movie?
He's Mr. Miles Yagyu. He's kind of a big deal on the Asakusa theater scene.
That guy's a comedian?
He and Mr. K were talking about a bit, yeah. His protege used to be on the circuit, but retired and became a teacher.
My guys never tasted so good. Oh, wow. I wouldn't turn down a bowl of this stuff, even if it were poison.
Fellow comedians from Asakusa. The one eating wasabi Mont Blanc is building up his tolerance for an extreme eating sketch.
What can I tell you, huh? We get to know all sorts of people.
Give it a rest. I can tell you're lying. My old man's a big name in the industry. I've been seeing burnouts and wannabes suck up to him since I was a little kid. I know a front when I see one. I can spot phonies from a mile away. The girl I met on the island, let's just say a fake smile doesn't suit her.
You got me there. I'm telling you, G.
If you want to use that word, not a lot of good about the baggage you take from a skeevy childhood.
Look, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to lie to you. It's not your fault. I've essentially looked like this ever since I was a little boy. It's kind of a pain.
Little boy?
Lately, I've learned that even a talent you're ashamed of can be a source of confidence if you use it to help someone else. So I'm starting to make peace with how girly I look. I'm a guy, is the point I'm trying to get across here.
Well, that's another lie.
No.
Well, that's another lie.
It's not, I promise.
Show him the goods already! What?
Look at me and say this is the face of a liar.
This is for real?
From the right angle, our flaws can be weapons. If I've learned nothing else from this classroom, it's that. It's what we do. It's how this cafe came together. It's what brought everyone here today. What made us a part of so many people's lives. This may sound weird, but the thrill is out of this world.
Hey, hold on! I'm sorry I tricked you! Here, I'll give you your money back!
Whatever. I feel like a total idiot is all. Peace out.
What? Aw, why's he leaving? I was gonna see what he'd be willing to pay for a cosplay shoot.
Exactly how much money do you expect to make off me?
Sorry, Yuji. Bad move on my part.
Well, I suppose our first day went sort of okay.
I posted the sales report earlier. Honestly, at this rate, we don't have a snowball's chance in hell of catching up to A class.
Pick up the pace! We'll miss the morning broadcast!
Is that a TV crew?
I don't get it. What are they covering?
The only thing up there is the E-Class building.
What the hell?
Look, you guys! Somebody posted an online review that's spreading like wildfire!
I did a little digging to try and track down the source, and you'll never believe this. It's by Yuji Norita, who happens to be, wait for it, the biggest name in the food blogosphere.
Since he grew up rich, he's tried everything from caviar to crocodile. So the boy's palate, annoyingly enough, is highly developed. He's got a money is no object, I'll try anything approach. People love it.
Okay, then.
Of all the places to find great food, you wouldn't think a school festival would be one of them. But let me tell you, this place was out of this world. The menu changed my whole outlook. Sustainable, organic, they've turned a poor location into a big advantage. From the right angle, our flaws can be weapons. Those words came from a buddy of mine who works there. When I heard them, I thought to myself, wow, I've been so spoiled all my life. Living in the shadow of my big shot dad. The privilege I've grown up in, that's my weapon. I can use it to help people, which is exactly what I'm trying to do with this blog. Trust me, you've only got one more day, so cut a beeline up that mountain now. Won't be disappointing. Taste it while you can, it'll change your life.
After that, we ran ourselves ragged. With every new order, we foraged, cooked, served, and sold. Just about everybody we knew showed up. People from school, people from other places. Everybody.
Sold a heck of a lot more than I thought we would.
Doesn't change the fact that A-Class will have made more revenue. It's okay. The side menu items have been selling like crazy, too. I say in the time we've got left, we should just stick with them.
We can go a little deeper into the forest if we need. Add our ingredient reserves.
No, I think it best to stop here.
But sir, if we do that, we won't win.
Perfectly all right. Any more foraging and we run the risk of upsetting the mountain's delicate ecosystem. We're all interconnected. Every action resonates through the web of life. Can you feel it, boys and girls? The intricate bonds of shared fate, of lives that have been touched. People who've taught you, people you've helped, people who've caused you trouble, people you've caused trouble for, unlikely friendships, bitter rivalries. We're all part of one another.
Aha! So today was just another lesson all along.
Oh, man, and I really wanted to win this thing.
Oh, I'm very sorry. We're all sold out. Really? Well, you are popular.
Mom. Here you go, our last Crimson Glory Vine juice. It's good.
Thank you. I have to say, this class is really something. I can see why you're passionate about staying.
Yep.
So, about all the unpleasantness the other evening. Looking back at it now, I knew. My boy's grown up. He's ready to cut the apron strings. That business about graduating from me, you meant every word. I don't know where you found the strength to say it, but somewhere along the way, you got tough. Just please, for right now, stay with me a little longer till you're of age. That's all I'm asking. The world will be yours soon enough. I'm not ready to let go of my baby just yet, Nagisa. Whatever else I may be, I'm still your mother.
Every connection we encounter in this world teaches us a little something about ourselves.
Aw, come on. I say, why not let today be your birthday?
The connection we had. Am I doing right by what it taught me?
Hey, you. Nagisa's mother just apologized to me. Apparently she tried to start a fire.
Oh, that. Water under the bridge.
Good enough. Now maybe you can explain what she whispered in my ear.
She promised she would keep my toupee a secret. What does that mean?
A-class is amazing. They even beat out the high schoolers.
Well, it is Asano.
Yeah, but check out E-class. They managed to come in third, and that's after shutting down halfway through the second day. If you ask me, that's an even bigger accomplishment.
So did you actually visit?
After all the hype they were getting on TV, how could I not?
I don't get it, man. I thought being in Class E was supposed to be punishment.
But they're all like doing really well for themselves. I'm actually a little bit jealous.
For as far back as I can remember, my house has been a classroom. My father is the teacher, I'm the student. Unless there was some lesson he was eager to drive home, he and I never said so much as a good morning.
Driver, stop the car immediately.
Sir.
Hello. You're doing as well as ever, I see. This town is about to change. You feel it in the very air. In times like these, men such as me can make a killing. No reason not to share the good fortune. For all the gambling you love so much. The only real way you can feel the joy of being alive. Though, of course, I am the one who taught you that.
Excuse me? I can't have heard you correctly, sir.
I need further compensation. The clock is ticking, is it not? Who knows what will happen before it's all over? I must consider the risk to my students, you understand. One certainly can't expect such secrets to come cheaply. Keep in mind, the government's on my turf here. I can sense that you're moving forward with some final plan.
This is extortion!
That's enough, Sonokawa.
We can't afford to keep letting ourselves be shaken down for hush money by this man. By the time March rolls around, he'll have siphoned off more than the bounty's worth.
I said enough. He's entitled to compensation in exchange for letting us use his school.
Quite. Wire it to my account if you'd be so kind.
Shrewd instincts, that one. He even picked up on the final assassination project we have in the works. Well played, Principal. You've got the Defense Ministry in the palm of your hand.
Okie dokie. Time for an overview of what we've covered this year. I hope you're all ready for classwork battle. I assume you'll be aiming for the top spot, Karma.
I don't know. Idiots like me have trouble getting their heads around the hard stuff.
Now, as you know, for the first term midterms, I gave you all the objective of placing in the top 50. My apologies for that. I was too impatient for results, nor did I take into account how gifted your opponents were. That said, things are different now. You've matured in mind and spirit. I'm confident the goal I set for you will be within reach, whatever the opposition has in store. This time, you'll place in the top 50, win your tickets back to the main campus, and, heads held high, proudly graduate from E-Class once and for all.
Wow, you make it sound so easy. A-Class has a new teacher to help him prep. You're not gonna believe who it is.
I will be personally overseeing your lessons as of today. Best of luck, then. I expect great things.
So we've come to that, have we?
Bad luck for them. Who wants to be brainwashed by that creep, am I right? You guys know what I'm talking about. The way he can trap you with that steely-eyed glare.
But his teaching methods are hardcore, and he can't even move at Mach 20. If he's the one prepping them for the exams, they've probably already lost the will to defy him.
The stuff we're drilling is 10 times easier than usual, but 20 times faster.
Shizume, Tanaka, Fuji, Kondo, and Okuno. You're falling behind.
How can he tell this back to us?
Sir, I'm sorry. It's impossible to keep up. If we were the Big Five, maybe, but please, this is too much.
Impossible, you say? Perhaps because you don't know what it means to fight. Let's have a chat in the hallway. 3 minutes should do. Just a little pep talk. You do not study for yourselves, boys and girls. You study to grow stronger, to demolish your enemy, E-Class. When the lower grades witness your triumph, they'll be eager to follow in your footsteps. They'll know beyond a shadow of a doubt that you're elite, and devote themselves to joining your ranks. Make no mistake, students, it's people like you who push humanity forward. Ah, Asano, you may leave. I'd like you to study on your own at home. I'm sure with your skills, you'll manage to maintain the top spot. Provided you keep your guard up, I'll see to your classmates.
When you think about it, Koro-sensei and the principal are kind of similar in a lot of ways.
Like how?
Well, for starters, they both have, extraordinary powers, and yet they settle for being teachers. Seriously, as manipulative as he is, the principal could have easily been prime minister or a business tycoon or something, you know? But here he is, totally devoting himself to this place. I mean, it's no wonder he's such a ruthless guy.
It's Asano.
What the hell do you want? Your lackey's too busy to do recon on us?
It pains me that I have to say this, but I have a favor to ask of you. Let me just cut to the chase. The principal. I need you people to kill him. So to speak. I don't mean something like murdering him, of course. That would be patently absurd. I mean you should kill his philosophy.
Not sure I understand. How exactly?
It's easier than you think. All E-Class has to do is dominate the top spots at the end of term exams. It goes without saying I'll be placing highest. Of course, whether or not I perform as expected makes no difference. For detritus like you to show up A-Class, however, now that'd be a slap in the face to his policies.
All right, look. We all know the relationship between the two of you isn't really the best. But he's your dad. You want to rake his life's work through the mud? To reject his legacy?
Oh, on the contrary. Believe it or not, my father actually wants me to take him down. That's what I've been groomed to do. This'll be the fulfillment of his legacy. That's how we are. That's what our relationship is built on. Then again, if you didn't know the pleasure of being raised by him, let me assure you his methods are hell on earth.
That should just about do it for today, I think. Now then, remember to review.
The only thing supporting A-Class right now is their hatred of you. He's pushing them past their limits. If it raises them to victory, my father's methods will be the only thing they trust from here on out. We can't let that happen. Hatred only gets you so far. I know this for a fact. Scorning one's enemies is childish. My flunkies need to learn a healthy respect for their foes. Otherwise, their strength will be lopsided, and I'll only ever be second in command. The thing about defeat is that it gives you new perspective. So I'm asking you, give the teacher a lesson. Let them all know what it is to lose.
He may sound arrogant, but even so, he's speaking from the heart. I respect that. Proud as he is, he's bowing to us. Because for once in his life, he's really worried about someone other than himself.
Ha! That's big of you and all, but let me tell you right now, I'm actually gonna be the one to take the top spot. What'd I say? I said next time we weren't gonna be taking it easy on you. Prepare to surrender your throne, Highness. You're going down. Oh, don't worry though, you'll look just as good in 10th place. Uh-oh. Guess the gloves are off now.
Just don't let it turn out like last time, please.
Don't oversell it, man. Just try to do better than me.
Asano, we've been working our butts off to win all along, just like you guys have. When you get right down to it, everyone's on the same side. We're stoked when we win, frustrated when we lose. No need for ranks beyond that. That really should be enough, don't you think? E-Class will strive to do the best we can. That way A-Class will have an opponent they can be proud to face.
Don't overthink it, just bring it on. Yeah, try to make it fun. Come at us like you want us dead.
How amusing. Very well, I'll fight with my gloves off too.
Wait, all this just for the math portion of the exam?
Well, the principal did instruct us to pore through everything and come up with the hardest questions.
For God's sake, this is junior high. What, we're preparing them for college now? I understand raising the bar, but he's out of his mind.
Ah, how unusual to see you here, Koro-sensei. I'm not aware of having done anything wrong.
Perish the thought, sir. You're a by-the-book sort of man if ever I've seen one. You wouldn't resort to cheap tricks this late in the game? As this will be our final educational battle, in a manner of speaking, I wanted to offer you a small thanks for accepting my presence here when you certainly didn't have to.
Koro-sensei, this is your first teaching position, am I correct?
How did you know that?
Let's call it educator's intuition, shall we? It's rather bizarre you won't divulge why you chose this profession. Perhaps you'll do me the honor after I've won.
There's not much to tell, to be honest. I can only speak from experience, of course, but in general, there are only two things that compel a person to teach. We wish either to pass on our successes, or less charitably disguise our failures. Which is it for you, I wonder, Principal Asano?
Indeed.
The second term finals were only 1 week away. Of course, we studied like crazy. Anything we didn't understand, we had Koro-sensei go over. He did his best to keep up with our questions, but the poor guy's hands were so full his doppelgangers sort of devolved. Then the day of battle was upon us.
Yeah, not the biggest fan of the look in their eyes.
Ignore it. You know they're just psyching themselves up. Think you can beat him, Karma?
I don't know. I mean, if they're planning to actually kill me, that might slow me down a tad.
The big showdown between A-class and E-class had come. Two camps led by two different monsters. Hungry, ready to massacre each other. On paper, at least. Unless we assassinate this exam, I don't think we'll be able to hold our heads high even if we assassinate Koro-sensei. We can do it. After all, we've learned from the best. This is it. Time to unsheath our second blade. We have to show our true target we're worthy. Or we can't graduate.
Pencils down!
That's no good. I couldn't get through them all.
This is hard. There's not enough time to answer every single little question.
The listening comprehension part was a beast. Not even Professor Bitch would know what all those vocabulary words meant.
The first test and already we're wiped out. Even worse, English is my strongest subject. What the? Uh-oh. It's about to get real. Whoa, look at that. The grade point average on this thing must be ridiculously low. Even if one of us passes, it'll be nothing short of a miracle. What we expect, really. This test is designed to take us down a peg.
Take that! So, how's A-class doing? We sneaked a peek at him during the break. Dude, talk about seething! They were like blood-crazy animals. Never underestimate the power of hatred, I guess.
Forget that! Just look out! Every man for himself!
Abu Night!
Ritsu?
Don't worry, I know what's up. We landed the top 50 or we're done, isn't that right?
Who are you?
Oh, that's the fake Ritsu.
Bingo! And the real Ritsu broke it down for me like so. Reaching our goal hinges on low performers like me working as hard as we can to drive up the average for everybody else.
Right then, next round.
Begin!
The questions are all uncommonly difficult. And as many as there are, one has to plot out a method of attack immediately. Hesitate for even a fraction of a second, and you're backed into a corner. But the comrade we were most worried about is doing fine.
Is Tarasaka for real with this? It's a question about probability. He's using brute force, essentially blowing through each potential answer as quickly as he can. But, aren't we supposed to use a combination equation?
Meh.
Best strategy for a lughead like him if you stop and think about it. It's easy to take too long fishing for the most efficient approach. Sometimes it's better to come out guns blazing before you can second-guess yourself, especially on this stuff.
Now, when you see a question like this, don't be perplexed. Simply use the tactics I've shown you, like so. Simplicity is your forte. Think raw power and go for broke. Sorry,
Screw you, Octopus! I may be a moron, but I'm hella strong!
Gotta admire his fortitude, even if he is an idiot.
Yeah.
Remember, guys, we are the N class. We don't play it cool, we play it quick and dirty. Zero in on your target's weakness!
If you know where to aim, you can take it out in one shot. You may not get the right answer.
But if you take the right approach,
at the very least, you can get
partial credit.
I think I did the trick! No time for review, people. On to the next one.
Recurrence relations. At the end?
I thought this was just an urban legend. They put it on a junior high exam?
Mayday!
It's not working!
Karma!
Oh, come on, I showed you guys last week. You have to take it to a particular solution.
In addition to their regular classes, I had the students tutor each other on their strongest subjects. One of the best ways to deepen your own understanding is to teach someone else. It also fosters a strong sense of teamwork. The effect on Karma was extraordinary. It patched up the gaps in his knowledge and polished him to a brilliant shine.
Sure, but that Asano kid is a real overachiever too, right?
Correct. And in fact, since grooming A-class for the exams is no longer his concern, the boys marshaled all his know-how and cunning towards sharpening his own blade. A perfectly valid use of one's strength, of course, though to be entirely honest, not even I'm sure which method is better.
Relax. Just do your best, okay? You're guaranteed to get at least partial credit. Don't worry. Leave getting full credit to me. Now then.
What was it Nagisa always used to say?
You're so talented, Karma. How is there such a gap between the both of us? Guess some people are just geniuses, huh?
Easy for you to say. If you ask me, it's not all that cut and dry who the real genius is here. Talent is usually an invisible trait. More often than not, it's the result of work other people don't see. Take Sugino. He can fit in easily with anyone, anywhere. Or Okuda, who can totally lose herself in something she's passionate about. Even Terasaka, who dives right in without a second thought. From where I'm standing, we're in the same boat. Everybody has something, some hidden special ability they take for granted. We're all geniuses. We all have a talent. Still, the issue at hand is whether or not I can filter the answer to this problem through the lens of my own. Come on, man. Snap out of it. You don't have time for this. Atoms. Body-centered cubic units. Extraneous details. Stay focused. Broken down to essentials, the problem is simple. Solve for the volume of your specific domain in a box surrounded by enemies. When both sides are evenly matched, their attacks meet in the middle. Of course. From there inward is my domain. That's one enemy down. Nice try. But I'm afraid you won't be encroaching on my turf anytime soon.
8 enemies total surrounding the cube's perimeter. If I determine the volume of the 8 areas I've effectively sealed off, and subtract that from the volume of the cube, I'm left with A0, my specific domain. Once I've locked down this space, I'll have the answer. Come on, come on! Ruling my own domain. Nice overall theme for my goal in life. A different sort of ruler than my father. He's obsessed. The man only cares about proving his rational approach to education superior to all others. His method may break a person's spirit, but it won't educate them. It's time to set the record straight. Give him a piece of my mind. I have to take control. That is my responsibility as your son! There it is. The volume of one of the sealed-off areas is an aggregate of 1 hexagonal and 3 triangular pyramids. Hang on a minute. This problem doesn't even call for difficult math. The whole thing's divided out into this one itty-bitty little cube. And if it's supposedly an atomic crystal, yeah, everything on the outside is just more of the same. Which means the world doesn't end here. From where I'm standing, everyone has their own talent, their own specific domain. We are all in the same boat. I just couldn't see it before. All I could see from inside this box were fragments of the bigger picture. I have my area, they have theirs. We all do. That's how this works. How it's always worked. Everyone's the same size, the same distance apart. And if we're all cut from the same box, those 8 contiguous boxes can be broken up into the same proportion. Each person's individual fragment accounts for 1/8 of the whole. So what it boils down to is, this box contains 1 whole me and 1/8 of 8 other people. In other words, inside this cube, the ratio of me to the other 8 fragments is 1-to-1. Simple. And if it's 1-to-1 inside the box, the volume of the area I can call my own is up to 1/2 of the cube. Voila! That's my specific domain. Piece of cake. They taught us this stuff in primary school. No need for long, drawn-out equations. No need for big, complicated diagrams. Nope. You just have to adjust for the fact there's a world outside yourself.
Pencils down. Time's up, son. The test is over.
Just one more line. Damn it! I knew the answer!
And like that, the tidal wave of our end-of-term exams broke.
Alrighty, class. Let's all have a look at your compiled exam papers. Did those crucial second blades manage to pierce their intended targets? I wonder. No splitting hairs over a point or two, understood? The only thing we're concerned with right now is whether these scores secured a place for you in the top 50. Unless I'm mistaken, the main campus ought to be posting the results for all to see as we speak, so I see no reason we can't do the same in E-class.
You're kidding me. I'm 46th?
Isn't Tarasika dead last even in here, though?
If he came in 46th, then that must mean...
Is this for real?
And we beat out the Big Five for the top spots. Go us!
Karma! Dude, you got first place!
Feels pretty good, doesn't it? Earning the highest rank on such an unforgiving battlefield?
Whatever, I guess so, yeah.
It appears your contest with Asano the Perfectionist came to a head on that last, and I must say, particularly thorny, math problem.
Yeah, about that.
Not sure I could say exactly why, but if I hadn't spent the past year with you guys, I don't think I could have solved it. That's the kind of problem it was.
Tough all getting to this point, though, huh?
Yeah, I don't believe it. And we all wanted this so badly. Actually, the A class almost sounds too good to be true.
Back on track for the top-tier schools. The ladies will be throwing themselves at our feet.
Way to go us, right?
Yeah, chicks everywhere.
Feels like a final episode.
Wait a sec, it's not over.
What's with that look, man? Are you okay?
Yeah. It's just that so much has happened since I came here. I'm really glad I got kicked down.
Oh, why you gotta be all depressing, huh?
Besides, why make an ugly face when this clown has it covered?
What does that mean?
Karasaka, easy, you're choking him.
What do you think?
What do I think? I think I can get into my dream school now.
What are you going to study? Architecture, right?
Yeah. I'm angling for a high school that's big on engineering and science.
Ha! Man, those A-class dillweeds. What I wouldn't give to see the looks on their faces right now.
Bet you anything they never thought in a million years they'd lose to us.
Now, to be fair, on their part, A-class performed quite well in the first half of the exams. But as the questions grew increasingly difficult on the second half, more and more students found themselves running out of steam.
Yeah, well, that's what they get. Whoever you are, nobody's bloodlust holds out that long. Even after intensive assassination drills, it's next to impossible staying in that frame of mind for an entire day. If you expect to boost your system on bloodlust, cramming isn't the way to go. You have to nurture it over time, slow and steady.
How'd this happen? How'd we lose after everything we put ourselves through?
Your study methods worked against you. You were set up to lose. That's what it comes down to. Not that my scores are anything to brag about either. Rest assured, I'll put this frustration to work. Come high school, I'll be on top again, doing my damnedest to blaze a trail for the rest of you. Just all I ask is for your support.
Asano, you mean that?
Intriguing. Strong words for someone who's lost the fight on which he staked his future.
Principal Asano.
All we may count on in this life is the unknown. What seems arbitrary can in fact be what costs you everything. One can't be sure until the battle is over. This, you see, is why I insist on always playing to win. I have an obligation to prepare my students for the unknown. Between now and graduation, you have much to learn.
Principal Asano, sir. All due respect, it's clear to us that your methods aren't going to help us beat E-Class. Defeat made them stronger. Asano's taken that lesson to heart. We're no match for them, sir. Their strength is just too, what's the word, adaptable.
Forgive us, sir. We fell short of our goal.
If you think it's appropriate, transfer us down to E-Class. I think there's a lot to learn from their way of doing things.
Well, Principal, what do you have to say to that?
Asano!
Are you alright?
Your face looks like it's glitching out. Uh-oh. Don't tell me I'm finally seeing your fatherly side.
Excuse us, sir. We have to be going.
Well, boys and girls, you've officially qualified to be transferred out of E-Class. Anyone here ready to leave the mountain?
Yeah, you'd like that, wouldn't you?
I don't think so. We found our second blades. This is where things get serious.
If you know a place better suited to assassination, we're all ears.
Glutton for punishment, I see. I suppose then, as a reward, I also divulge my most notable...
Our building!
Evacuate the premises, please.
Principal Asano!
The board reached a unanimous decision. The old campus building is to be demolished today. Oh, don't worry. You'll be moved to an affiliate school slated to open next year. We need students to performance test their newest facilities.
Wait, you're farming us out somewhere?
It's not all that bad. Let us call it a social experiment. The building is state-of-the-art, with closed-circuit surveillance cameras and escape-proof architecture. It's similar to a prison, the culmination of my educational philosophy.
But You can't move us right now.
We won't go. We're graduating from this campus. I see you'll spare nothing to see your methods vindicated.
Correct. Oh, and incidentally, your services will no longer be required. Yes, I'm afraid so. This is the part where I terminate you.
Whoa, he just got slapped with walking papers.
I don't believe it. The man actually played the forbidden ace in the hole. This is wrongful dismissal!
The octopus is ridiculously susceptible to this mode of attack.
Do super creatures have a legal right to protest?
Now don't go jumping to conclusions. Actually, this is no more than a clever means of distracting you. When I said terminate, I meant it literally. I'm here to kill you. You see, Koro-sensei, you don't fit with my vision.
He can't be serious.
Look, man, we know you're a big Machiavelli and all that, but I tread carefully in your shoes. The octopus is clever.
Hold off on the demolition for now, if you would please. I have unfinished business inside.
Where the hell that notice of dismissal come from?
This is crazy. What is he thinking?
Now then, Koro-sensei, I assume you don't wish to be fired. And furthermore, that you wish to preserve this classroom. Well, what would you say to a little wager?
What's he getting at?
I've prepared 5 subjects worth of exam questions and 5 live grenades. 4 contain anti-sensei projectiles. That is, they are fatal to you. 1 is fatal to humans. All 5 grenades are identical in appearance and smell, and designed so that once their pins are pulled, they will explode the instant their handles are raised. I've pulled the pins, and carefully placed the grenades between random pages of each test book that handles down. You must open each book and solve the problem in the top right-hand corner.
But that'll push the handle to the up position.
That's correct. Your teacher will almost certainly be hit with an explosion. Furthermore, he can't move until the problem has been solved. The first 4 books are yours and yours alone to open and solve. I will be taking the remainder for myself. Kill me or force me to withdraw, and victory belongs unquestionably to you. You and the E-class students will be allowed to stay here. Agreed? Tarasaka, look sharp. Use the appropriate formula to find Koro-sensei's odds of winning.
Why do I have to solve something so messed up? An anti-sensei grenade won't kill you. The real one will, naturally. But we'd have to save it for the end, so let's see. 4/5 times 3/4 times 2/3 times 1/2 equals 1/5. So, 20%.
Well done.
Yeah, but hold on. The octopus sits through 4 explosions before you even take a turn. This game is rigged. You can just bow out if you don't like the way it's going. Don't know about you, but I call that unfair.
Young man, life is unfair. It's chock full of injustice, especially if you're not fortunate enough to be one of the strong. Don't you see? This is why I teach the true meaning of strength. So then, shall we proceed? Show me how serious you really are about your chosen profession, Koro-sensei. In fact, if I were you, I wouldn't waste a single moment.
Yes, of course. Let's jump right in.
He threatens dismissal, devises a game that's clearly in his favor, and there's no way out. Mathematically, the odds of it succeeding are better than anything we've tried. The most important blade is strength. This man is an assassin.
Open, solve the problem, and close. Move quickly enough and the grenade won't go off. Speed is your specialty. This should be a walk in the park, yes?
Yes, excellent point. Later calculations. This couldn't be easier. All you gotta do is borrow from the tens and get the 3 with the 4 left over. Actually, I believe it's 3 or thereabouts.
I know how you are with puzzles. You get flustered. Your processing speed declines. This trap is almost too perfect. We'll call the first one a hit. Bravo. Only 3 more to go and you'll have won the game. Now, please move on to the next problem before you've regenerated.
This is BS. No way he can survive 3 more of those explosions. He's seriously gonna be taken out, and the setup is so freaking simple.
You See my point? The weak have to rely on assassination, whereas the strong may kill at their leisure, when and however they please. Soon I will plant institutions across the nation that drive home this truth. The Ministry of Defense has been generous. Between them and the bounty, I'll build affiliate schools all over the world.
It's always about education with him.
Come now, Koro-sensei.